Let's go. God bless you, everybody. Welcome again. Welcome, everybody. This is Brother Kevin Fuller with There Are People Ministries. Our team is here. We got my beautiful wife, Rita Fuller, is here. We got Kay and Devontae Watkins is here. We got a lot going on. Let's see who else. Probably some of the other TAP team members are here. Our guest. You guys got it.
Daniel and Ellie are here.
Oh, well, welcome. Get on in here. What took y'all so long?
Hey, we got to pray.
Got to get your prayer on. How are you doing,
Okay.
Daniel? Everything is good?
We're blessed. Yeah, sir. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm talking about. Are my special guests here as well? Daniel?
Yeah, I think I am.
Verify that for me, please. Let me know, Daniel.
We're going to verify here just a little bit. We'll keep you posted here.
Yes, sir. Keep me. Thank you. Everybody, we got a super duper welcome, everybody. We're gonna pray real quick. Means you got to pray too, Chris Briss, because you was giving me a hard time. We're gonna pray real quick. We're gonna welcome everybody in. Our numbers is going up quick. We're at 33 already. We got a super duper speaker that's gonna be doing some serious work with us for the next few weeks to a couple of months. Our brother Bill Bishop is here with his wife, and when you guys find out who Bill Bishop is, everybody gonna want him to be your best friend. So we praise God for having you be a part of this Zoom. So we're just grateful. So after this one, I think you'll get a call to hit up a few more Zooms with the resources that you're bringing here. So we're gonna let a few more people in here, but let's get our prayer in. If we would bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, God in heaven, we just thank you, God, for your new goodness, new grace, and new mercy on this day. Forgive us, Lord, our sins and our transgressions. Forgive us, Lord, that we sometimes get in our way, God. God, we ask that we learn more, God, to let go and let you, God, let you guide, let you lead us. There are people here that seeks country living, sustainability, and preparation. There are people here that seek health, God. There are people here that seek direction, God. They just seek land and they seek alternatives. So we just thank you for this. There are people meeting Zoom so that we can be a blessing to your people, God. God, we ask you to take 2 fish, 5 loaves of bread, God, and just multiply the wealth of information that's here so that when we're done, we gather it up and share it with somebody else. We thank you for all you do in our life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So he always feeds us, guys. God feeds us every day. So, let go and let God. And then every day now my new thing is I'm looking like God and saying just simply, wow, God, wow, because every day I see so many blessings. I'm going to introduce our guests here in just a little bit. I like to let the numbers get up high.
Yes, sir, online.
Yep. Thank you so much. I like to know who's here and who we got going on. We got some special people, but we also got this. We had some sisters. We had a couple brothers. We had some sisters the other week was talking after they saw a brother online that needed some help. And the sisters got right involved with that and they jumped right on that. Daniel, can you do me one favor, please? Unmute your mic for me.
Yes, sir.
Can you do me one favor if you don't mind? Can you?
I would love to.
Thank you. Introduce that family for me, please.
Yes, I would love to introduce the family to you. It is the LaHache family. It is Ellie, William, and Maricel. Ellie's here with me. I know you're asking me to introduce them to you.
Yes.
Give me just a moment. I'm going to get you off of Bluetooth. I'm going to put you on speaker so
I'll speak.
she'll speak as well. She's here with me. So here we go. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Brother Fuller. Yes, my cousin from Buffalo, New York, and her husband are on here for the first night. So we're so thankful that they joined us.
Yes.
Maricel and William LaHache.
Mahesh family, how are you? Welcome and God bless you. How are you doing?
We're doing all right, brother. How are you?
I never had a bad day. Let me tell you how awesome our God is. Our prayer every day is for God to bring us somebody into our midst that we could be a help to, or that can be a help to us and be a blessing. And your family are awesome, and they're in that path of God's grace and blessings. So I just want you to sit back and be encouraged. I'm gonna pick on you in a good way tonight, because we really want God to bless your family and lift you guys up. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's okay. Okay. My family, everybody else that's here, there are people, ministry TAP team, and everybody that's here on this Zoom. We want to lift up this Mahesh family because that's a family that needs our help. That's a family, I'm telling you from the heart, that needs assistance just from regular brothers and sisters like you to lift them up. They're in Buffalo, New York, and there are some situations that we won't even mention that the devil attempts to bring into people's fate in their area, in their path, in their space. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but not this family. So we're going to ask you all to befriend this family. Brother Mahesh, I'm going to have you all, if you could, put a number in the chat so that our brothers and sisters can reach out to you. Here's a family that's in need. They need help. They need help with several things. They have about 4 children, I believe you have. And even one's a little ill, a little sick, but they just need a little help from brothers and sisters with it. However you can help them to lift them up, to include, you know, whatever. I can't put a limit on it. I would never do that. But they need our help. So let's support this family. Just like we took care of that brother on the other week. This family needs our help. And you know, we don't do this. You know, this is unusual. The brother got on there and he mentioned that, and the sisters got it right on and made, you know, took care of the business, called right after the Zoom was over. And then we got a great report back. The LaHache family has some young children, very young children, I believe 10, 12, 14 area, and so on. And there's a lot of need there. And it's an awesome family, and they're in special need of God's help and guidance and prayer. So I just thank God for that opportunity, because you guys know this is different for what we do. We want to reach out to this family. So Brother Daniel, thank you. I challenge you to put that number in there. I'm challenging you, Daniel, to let people reach out to our brothers and sisters and see how they can be of assistance in any kind of way to this family. Is that okay?
Yes, that is okay.
Thank
What
you.
a blessing it is to be able to help somebody out like this, or help a family out like this. The family posted their phone number in the group to everyone, so they can go ahead and contact them and reach out to them. But I greatly appreciate you taking the time to introduce them to this ministry and to this worldwide ministry that we have. What a blessing it is. Thank you.
My fear is that if we don't do what God have us to do, if we don't say we don't do what we say we're going to do, if we can't feed his sheep, feed his lamb, we can't say we love him, because he asked Peter, do you love me? And he asked him that several times. You guys know that. So if you do, feed my sheep, take care of my people. And he says, anyone that enters the other way through the gate is a thief. So we want to be righteous with God. We want, you know, he says, my sheep hear my voice and they know me. We want to be right with God. We want to take care of it. We want to be his sheep, and we want to definitely feed his sheep. We want to show that we do love him. And when we hear this with our brothers and our sisters and our family, it's only right that we do all we can to take care of them. So I challenge everybody here just to at least give them a call, lift them up. Let's support them in any way we can. You know, be it, again, I don't put a limit on what it is, clothing, garment, food, it doesn't matter. You know, house, land, because they're looking to get out of the city. They're looking to get the country living. They're looking for a house. They're looking for opportunities, looking for just general help. Here's a family that's part of our family. So God bless you and be encouraged. So I'm going to come back to you guys in a little bit. So thank you, everybody that's here. We want to welcome everybody out to the Zoom. There's a lot going on tonight.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes, sir.
Some people are saying that your volume seems a little low. They're saying
you.
if you can speak a little bit louder, but I just want to let you know.
Thank you. Let me check on that. Grateful for that. Let me check on how's that. Is that better or no? Let's see.
That sounds a little bit louder. Yes.
All right. And I'm gonna have to put my deep voice on too. I'm gonna have to
There
borrow
it is.
Chris Brisk. I'm gonna have to borrow his voice. Let me check my audio and make sure everything is turned up as loud as I can get it as well. There's speaker, and then let's turn this up. Tell me if that's better at all.
Much better.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. There we go. Yep. And I turned the speaker up too, so I can even hear better. So welcome everybody. Thank you. So the LaHache family, I'm going to chop your name up. So don't pick on me if I say the wrong thing. But God bless you. I'm just glad that you're here. So now we got our guest speakers here tonight. His name is Brother Bill Bishop. Don't call him Bishop Bill. Call him Bill Bishop. Yep, you haven't got to be a bishop yet. You got to pick on him. I noticed that, Bill, before I introduce you, you were in Fort Dix exactly 10 years after I left Fort Dix, New Jersey. I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Army strong. So if you guys ever wanted Army strong. So if you guys ever wanted to know the real insights to what's going on today in government, if you guys ever wanted to know what's going on with your cell phones, if you guys ever wanted to know what cell phones are easy to hack and how to get around cell phones, you know, at some point we're gonna have to just ditch cell phones. But if you want to know somebody that's want to know a brother that, you know, show you how to use computers without using Microsoft Windows, show you how to use Wi-Fi, so to speak, without using the internet. If you wanted resources that's real, true, down to earth, and then military resources that can guide and help us in those last days, everybody put your thumbs up for our brother that's here, and a heart in the chat for Brother Bill Bishop. He is here. He has so much to share with us today. Bill, man, listen, let me read before I even show your face. Let me read your resume. Let me go to the background here just a minute and read a little bit of what you got going on. And people don't know a lot about, some of the things that we got going on, but you got GISP, you're going to explain that, in GIIG2, emergency response and rescue, emergency operation training, communication specialist. Now I know comm specialist, communication specialist from the Army, but you're at a totally different level. You've been in business for a long time. You're an IT master professional. You've been doing things for a long time. I want to welcome you. Let me welcome you, man. Welcome, Bill. Where are you? Where'd he go? He disappeared on me. Let me pin him to the screen. Hold on just a minute, everybody. And then I want to pin you side by side because I want to ask you a few questions here. Let me see. How do I do this? Get me some help here. I got people online. This is going to be a blessing for everybody. While we're getting you set to be pinned. Where'd this photograph go? Bear with me. I see you, Ahmad. How you doing, brother? All right, let's find Bill. Let me go to my view. Hold on, Bill. I'm going to my gallery. I got to find you. So there you go. I got you. Now I'm going to pin you. All right, let's add a pin to that. There you go. I got you. Everybody, welcome Bill Bishop. I see you. Unmute, Bill.
Oh, I think I am.
You are unmuted. You are unmuted, but you got
Yeah,
your
I'm
wife
already
here back there.
unmuted.
There she is. Tell her to move in here a little closer.
My
Stop
wife?
trying to hide it. I see you. Hi, ma'am. Welcome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a
That
question.
big.
Let me just start this off like I do, because I'm used to doing investigative reporting and all those things back in the day. So let me start this off like I do. Tell me something about my cell phone if I want to stop my cell phone from recording me. Can that be done?
Yes, you can. But you got to go through a couple processes, and I would tell you it'll probably take a day, a class to show you how to do that. You can stop recording. Yes, you can stop all recordings on your phone. There's two ways of doing it. There's the manual way, and then there's other ways to do it. If you have an Android phone, you can download a secure operating Android that allows you to, it will disable your mic and everything. You have to turn it on manually. That's one. The other problem is, as AI gets to be more integrated into the operating system on your cell phone, it's going to be harder for you to stop it from recording unless you know how to turn that mic off. And what I mean by that, your phone has multiple mics. There is the
Multiple
mic that you already
microphones?
have. Yeah, you have multiple microphones on your phone. And your phone has two mics. And in the future, we'll have three. One of them is forward facing with your camera. When you got your camera, I don't know if you know that your cell phone, you use your camera all the time in the front. And the mic that's on there is by, I think my cell phone here, I have a Samsung phone, and the camera's in the front, the mic is on top, and it's a wide angle mic right here. And then on some phones, there's another mic at the bottom of the cell phone for a reset. It's by there. Looks like a reset button, but it's actually a microphone. So two microphones on your phone, on some phones. On the iPhone, it's a wide angle microphone, and it can pick up not just what you're saying here, but people behind you. So your phone is very sensitive. The other mic that comes into play is when you have your headphones on.
Okay.
And when you put your headphones on, you have two mics, one on each one of your headphones. The old on the Apple phone, on the Apple headsets, you see these little slits on the side, and what they do, they allow what we call through sound to your headphones, so you can hear what people are saying around you. And that's because of two mics that are on each one of the headphones.
Wow.
Including, and then if you have a wired mic plugged into your phone, it's one that still have it on your headphones, plus the one that's dangling from the cord. So that's three mics on that. If you decide to use wireless 2, wired 3, or your cell phone, and some cell phones have 2 and some have 1.
Answer this question. This is a Samsung phone like you got, Samsung Galaxy phone. How many radios, or not radios, but you know the word I'm looking.
Yeah. No,
transmitter.
you said it right. Yeah, radio.
How many are?
There's eight. There's eight of them in there.
Tell
You
everybody
use
what
your,
that is.
okay, so you have one for Bluetooth, you have one for your cell phone, one for your Wi-Fi, one for NFC, which is a tool that's being used when if you do wireless paying. It's a radio frequency that's used called NFC. Then you have a couple other mics that are being used for let's see, one, two, three. I think I named them all. There's eight of them. I'm going a little crazy over here because there's a lot of them. Okay, you use one for your phone. If you talk on it automatically, it transmits.
Sure.
You have Bluetooth. You have
Yep.
the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Then you have your your
Casting to the television.
yeah, video casting to your telephone, right? That is correct. Your phone can wirelessly cast to your phone through two ways. One through the Wi-Fi or through an independent radio that's built into the phone itself. That's five of them. Then you have a couple other mics that you don't use. One is a regular radio frequency that allows the cell phone service to transmit over the air. Now, if you have a multi-band cell phone, you will have two multi-band cell phones, which means if you got a phone where you're using T-Mobile or Verizon, or you decide to use Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T, you have two different frequencies for that. Verizon uses CDMA, and they have a new frequency as well. And T-Mobile and AT&T use another frequency along with something called GSM. So you got two frequencies in your phone. So that means you can switch your phone from Verizon to AT&T to T-Mobile if you buy the phone independently. But if you buy it through the vendor will only allow you to be locked in with Verizon, or you'll be locked in with T-Mobile, or you'll be locked in.
Another question. Let me talk to the audience just a minute. So what I'm finna get ready to do is show you guys that no matter what you do, pretty much this phone does not belong to you. And I tell people that all the time. At some point,
Right.
even when you take meetings, you're gonna have to leave the little fella in the car. On this phone, there's a recording device on here that records everything you do or say, regardless. And it's something the average person can't get to. Can you explain that?
Yeah. Okay. So your cell phone you don't own. You actually borrow it. You pay for it. If you got contract, you're paid on a monthly basis, and then it's paid over time. The phone is not unlocked. It's locked to the vendor. When you buy your phone, you have to pay for or ask the vendor to unlock it, but you have to pay for that. For example, if you decide to get out of contract early, they won't let you out of contract until like up to 3 months after you got the phone, but you have to pay for the whole phone. That's one. The other is if you get a Verizon phone, you cannot use it on any other network. It's only solely for Verizon only. If you get an AT&T phone or a T-Mobile phone, you can use it with each other because they're on the same frequency, which means Verizon is exclusive on their phones, which locks you in. So you can't buy a Verizon phone and decide to use it later on a prepaid service. Now, if you get a prepaid service and you want to switch to a prepaid service, you got to find which prepaid service is compatible to the Verizon phone. There's only a few of them out there all compatible to Verizon phone. Okay. However, if you do get the unlocked phone and you pay for the unlock afterward, you can now use that phone with other prepaid services like Mint, or you can play with Boost, or you can also do it with a couple other ones out there. But you got to be very careful when you prepaid.
Now, tell me what you do. What you do with forensic science, with forensics, when people get microphones that they need to hack and go into. What is that all about with this chip, this recording chip?
Okay, so your cell phone, your mic can be remotely activated on your phone, through software. And one of them is your apps that you have on your phone. And I would tell you, there's about 30 apps out there, and there's some black market apps that does that. A lot of your apps do have a way that they record what you're saying. And your mic comes on every time you have an AI app in there, like Siri. is one of them. Siri is one of them. The other one is Google has one, Microsoft have one, Apple have one. The mics will automatically come on. And if you don't disable it in your settings, Siri will be on in the background. Gemini will be on in the background. Microsoft Copilot will be on in the background. It will come up and activate without you even saying anything.
Copilot too? I didn't know about Copilot.
Yeah, Copilot too. There's Copilot for Microsoft. There is Genie and there is Siri. They all will be activated in the background if you have those apps on your phone. However, down the line, those apps will be integrated as part of your operating system. They're saying AI included, which means that a lot of your services will be automated automatically on your cell phone. You could just say something and it would do it for you. The problem with that is that's your microphone on constantly. The other thing will be on constantly if you don't put manual controls on it, will be your camera. Your forward-facing camera and your back-facing camera, along with the other multiple cameras that you have. You have an infrared camera on some of them, you have a thermal camera on some of them. Then you have a regular panoramic camera, and then you have a regular digital zoom camera, and then you have their standard camera, which is forward-facing. So some phones have 5 cameras, along with 2 sensors in the back. Your Apple phone has that. Your more advanced Samsung phones has that as well.
Wow.
So the Apple phone, you can see right here. I'm gonna try to hold it up to you.
I got you. Now you say also that's the easiest phone to hack. Am I right?
Yes, it is. Actually, it is very easy to hack. It's easier to hack than you would know. It's harder for you to get the count turned off with Apple. Apple has been very hard to turn off your phone, turn off your accounts. And I'll tell you, and they've been very aggressive about collecting fees from your accounts. Not only if you have a card on your Verizon, if you have a card on your Apple, or you have a card on your Google,
I think Bill, I think it got muted. Unmute, Bill.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So Google and Apple requires you to have a credit card onto your account. Or perfectly, or your own. Whatever card you have on there, when you use Google and you use your credit card, it's automatically added to your Google Wallet or Google Play. And then you have a list of credit cards that you use, or cards that you use, or bank cards that you use, or prepaid cards that you use, that if you do not go back in there and take them out and delete them, even though you say you pay for Apple service and you decide to use one credit card, and if you have other credit cards listed on there, if you disable one of your cards, it will go to the next card.
It defaults automatically.
It will automatically scan to all your cards that you have in your Google account and your Apple account, and still withdraw from your thing. And all of a sudden, you look on your bank account, you'll see fees from Google and you'll see fees from Apple.
Is that in the agreements? Do we agree to that, or they just do that automatically?
They're doing it automatically. Yes, because you put it on there. Remember, every time you use your cards with online service or purchasing and stuff, it's recorded in your phone and it's stored there. And so it sounds easy to go back to. The problem is when you decide to release that card, your next card is on there as well. So if you use multiple cards for your cell phone, you will have them all listed. The other company that does that is Amazon, does that as well. If you have an Amazon membership with their Prime or whatever, and you purchase on Amazon with multiple cards, they're all recorded. And anytime something needs to be paid for, they will automatically withdraw from it, especially with memberships like the Prime and other services. Netflix does that as well. Your social media services does that as well. So does Facebook, so does Twitter, so does Instagram. They all will record your credit cards and store them in there. And if you don't delete them off those services, they will still be there withdrawing little fees of $9, $5, $6.99, $5.99, $4.99.
I see a sister online now saying it's happening to her right now. Let me ask you a question. Let's go into, we're still in the same thing though. Okay, so say comes a hard time, we want to be in the country. We want to use and own our own phone. If it's an Android, you used to be able to put chips in them and the little tiny micro cards and watch movies and stuff. What kind of communication can we have in the country without being tied into any of those systems? Is there something available for us to use?
Yes, there is two of them. One of them is what we call national radio. I would call it a POC radio system. It runs on all cell services. It runs on the cell service called Light, which is not 5G, which you hear about. All basic cell phones in the rural area is about 3G. So 3G is the backbone of all cell services, and as a result, the POC radio system, which I'm holding up there, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm trying to.
That's a POC radio. Look like one of them old Android. Well, it's like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a walkie-talkie, yeah.
Yeah.
They also have Android versions of it as well. And the POC radio is used as a way you can communicate over all cell services. And now they got satellite uplinks to it for text messaging. And it's also tied to your cell phone with T-Mobile right now. And soon Apple will have it. And soon AT&T will have it.
Well, what's the
They
event?
got agreement with
Well, what's the
the
event?
vendor is
The event? No,
the
what's
advantage of it is you text. Yeah, what the advantage of it is when your cell service go out, you can be outside and you can text each other via sky, open sky, out in the woods or out in the area without having to use the cell service. They would just text through the satellite and down to you to whoever you want to text to on their cell phone.
Without talking.
Without talking, yeah.
Okay,
It's a
now
text.
you got people over in the desert, over in Saudi Arabia or in some of the other countries that don't have cell towers every 30 miles. Like we got cell towers, what, every 10 or 20 miles or something. You got people over there that don't have cell towers so close. How are they able to talk to each other without cell towers?
Well, first of all, their infrastructure is different than ours. We in the United States have cell towers every half a mile or something. We put them on buildings close from everywhere. In countries that I have to go into and figure out what kind of communications they have, and so we can figure out why they can talk. Let's put Afghanistan, for example. Everybody heard about Afghanistan. It's a hilly area. They don't have cell towers from mountain to mountain. Their radios are built from a company, built from a country that provides long distance. And in the desert and long terrain, there's no cell towers out there. First of all, cell towers will warp in heat. They will warp because of what they're made of. The chips will melt.
Yes.
So what happens is the cell phone itself become a transmission device. The cell phone services in there and the switching services into the phone called long range cell phones.
So they put the
They're
cell
not
tower
allowed.
into the phone. So they put the cell tower basically into the cell phone.
Right. And these cell phones can go up to 70 miles to almost 100 miles. And they can relay between each other, giving you a 140-mile range on them, allowing the person who's talking on the phone out in the middle of the desert can talk to another person to back in the town 300 miles away, provided you have enough power in your cell phone in your battery, and they can boost up the power to do that. Now with digital, it allows it to go even further, so less power, and it can still go even further range. The other thing is the terrain, the infrastructure that we have is not the infrastructure everybody else has. Cell phone services in other places are much longer distance, so their radios and their phones are better equipped for harsh weather, for rough terrain than our cell phones are. We have our cell phones with a 2-mile radius or something, and we have cell towers everywhere. In other countries, they don't have that. And more like I would say after they don't have that. In China, they don't have that. China has some of the best long distance radios that you can ever imagine. And I would say that with the best, I would say with that with impunity, when you see when their police force is all over the country and they all can talk to each other.
China produces these radios as well. China produces the best radio, right?
They produce some of the best radios out there because in their country, everything's long distance. They if you ever look at the geography of China, you'll see how big it is, and you'll see where it's at. Remember, some places is always cold. Some places it gets warm. and then some places have harsh weather. This is in China. So they will have long distance on their cell phone services. So is in Saudi Arabia, so is it in Afghanistan. They will not have radios that are on towers every couple miles for you because the infrastructure there is different because of the harsh weather. I would tell you a cell tower from the United States being deployed in Saudi Arabia will probably melt within about a week after it's there, unless you build it with special material. When we was out there, we had to put silicone on our antennas to keep them from fusing together because 125-degree Fahrenheit will have aluminum fusing together, and you can't take the antennas apart. So we had to put silicone on the joints to keep them from fusing together out there when we had to take them apart. And that didn't last too long, and it will warp.
All right.
So every
Go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead. I'm going to ask you a question.
other day we were keeping antennas. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to open up for some questions, but before I ask you that next one, we're going to open up for some questions because I see a hand up. I see Daniel. If somebody got some quick questions for him before we move on to this next phase. Bill's a communication expert. He's more than that, also IT and all those other kind of fun things. You guys are going to hear about it in a little bit. Daniel, I see your hand up.
Okay, so people have questions, and I just want to clarify this.
Sure.
He's talking about POC. You're talking about push over talk, or push to talk
yeah,
over
push over,
cellular
yeah.
technology, right? Push to talk over cellular technology. So you're talking about something like what is currently being advertised in the market right now, one as a rapid radio or two as a halo. Is that correct?
Yeah, those are right. Now, Rapid and Halo are local. There is POC systems that can reach around the world, and those are not on the Rapid network. Rapid is only US only, and
Right.
when it's only US only. There's two of them out there that are worldwide. One is called Global PTT, and the other is called Real PTT. Those two you can talk around the world on any cell service around the world.
Can we buy those?
Yeah, you can buy those. And again, they're provided by countries overseas, and China has those radio networks that you can buy them, and they're available.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Now to clarify, you said these are worldwide, that China and other countries have these, but now the question is, do they also come into the United States? How does that play a role?
Actually, they do. They do because they bounce off the cellular service. They are all cellular services. The cellular frequencies are the same around the world. There's a standardization for cellular service, and they can
Yes.
you could be in the United States and talk to somebody with a radio through a trunking talk group, and wherever they are, and you can sign yes.
Wow.
Yes, you can talk to them from there. Not just the Rapid is only United States. Real PTT and Global PTT, they're international, and you can be in the United States, talk to somebody in Germany, you can be talking to somebody overseas.
Okay.
It extends the range of cellular service.
Okay. Anybody else before I ask my question? Because I got some good ones. I'm hungry today. I'm ready to eat. Okay.
Good.
So now, country living, sustainability, and preparation. Of course, people say there's going to be a time you have to, even you got to just walk away from the cell phones. How can we communicate with family? Ahmad's in Texas, right? Ahmad's hiding out in Texas. And Ahmad, I need to get to Ahmad. How can I get to Ahmad via a POC phone or whatever kind of phone without Big Brother or everybody else?
So this is where it gets very interesting. Your cell phones, if you get a regular POC radio, if the cell phone service is not there, you ain't gonna be able to talk to each other. Okay. So in a company called Tirade Radio builds a multi-band along with POC radio included, which means you can talk over UHF to somebody within a couple miles, or if you have a repeater, you can do that. And then there is another one with DRR capabilities tied into the cell phone / walkie-talkie / ham radio.
Okay.
Those radios are combined together, and they're built in overseas. In the United States, they have not done that. So in China, they have, because of the distance and where the people are. So sometimes they go up to 5,000 miles on those radios, point to point. without cellular services. And so those kind of radios are built for long range communications without, you can still get them. They're online, and I can always show you links where you can get them and you can read it for yourself. And what you will see is that you will have the UHF bands, the public UHF band, the public VHF band, and you'll see the pop radio on there and the cellular service. In addition to that, you can also turn it into a cell phone.
And those
So
are
you
legal to buy. Those are legal to buy here in the States?
Yeah, you can buy them. You can buy them online. Like your rapid radio only has one chip in the back. This is a I don't know if you can see it.
Bring it a little closer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it close.
Okay, bring it back.
I get a better camera.
Yeah, it won't.
It's a little blurry.
It's
We
blurry,
can't see
Yeah,
it.
it's blurry. I'm gonna get a better webcam and I'll have it up in next time. But this one has two SIM cards, which mean one of them is for pop and the other one's for your cellular service. So not only if you have your oh, I know what it is.
It looks
Hold on
better
a
back there. It looks better like you just held it. It looks better when you had it close to you.
Yeah. And you can see there's two chips in there. There's a silver thing where the two chips go. One is for pot, and the other one is for your immediate cell service. So you can make a phone call on the radio on this phone and text each other at the same time.
That's like the old Nextel. Am I right? Is it like the old Nextel phones? Remember that used to have?
Yeah,
Nextel?
it's like a little more than the old Nextel. It's a little more advanced. We're very advanced. And then there's another service that some pops come with another service called Zillow, which is an app you can get on your cell phone, as well as the app comes onto the radio itself.
But we need to get these as soon as we can.
Yeah.
We don't know when they
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, the other thing is if you do buy these now, the tariffs is on these, so they'll tell you what the price is when you buy them. So if they're like $59 plus whether the tariff is on them.
Don't forget, still they have a fan that's still here from before.
Yeah.
So the ones that
She needs her own microphone because she's good. She's got some insight. She needs her own mic.
Yeah, well, she's right. She said that if they still here, they still have a lot of stock in the United States. There's several warehouses here from China that they have here, and you can still buy them. And they're moving them. They're moving them fast.
Can we put those numbers? Can we put the information in the chat? Is there a way we can put that in the chat?
Yeah, I can do
Get
that.
Cheryl on a different computer so she could be punching them in the chat. So she can
But right now she's not, but she's with me. But I'll put them in the chat.
But he'll put them in.
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat. Now, the cell phones, because the POC radios, the ones you have in the United States, you can put in a cell phone service. Now, here's the difference. I think the American phones allow you to talk on a POC radio unlimited, and you pay an annual fee. The Chinese phones has unlimited. Once you're on there, and you can pay for the annual service through Real PTT or Global PTT. If you look it up, you go to those two sites, you'll see that they sell a different type of radio that it's accommodating. They also have the VHF, UHF radios as well. And then they have the combination of radios with the DMR and the ham radio.
Where am I going
So
to?
they have
Global PPT?
Yeah, Global PTT.
I'm right.
You would go in there,
y'all. Global.
and you can see the radios that they sell. They all Chinese made radios, and they have a combination of radios combined together.
Sure.
And that's just not.
And the price is still not that bad.
Yeah.
Because China's still trying to get our business.
Yeah.
So for right now, it's a good time to still try
Yeah.
to get some of these radios. While
What's available?
like you said, of urgency.
Yeah.
So if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I think the American radios, you can have dispatch, but you're paying for the service. Chinese also have dispatch on theirs as well. Where what I mean by dispatch is your group could be anywhere in the world and you can see where they are and talk to them and send text messages and pictures.
Sure.
After a while, we're not gonna be able to do all that.
You're not. I see it. That's Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
Just really quickly, can you give a brief discussion on the level of security on this versus the other technologies that are out there? Because we're aware of those things, but can you just quickly elaborate on that?
I was going to ask.
Okay,
you,
now,
just making sure.
yeah, now that's a good question because now we talk about security. Global PTT and real PTT allows they work like the ham radios. There's no security on them, which means anybody can eavesdrop on those phones. However, you could pay for secure line, which means you can buy certain radios and they have encryption built into the phone, allowing the parties to be secure. On the American side, you have to pay for the encryption for private services as well, which means if you got one of the American talk radios, you pay extra for the private security piece as for like a company, and you don't want nobody else to run it. You pay extra for that, and it's secure.
To say if we get it for all of us, there are people.
Yeah.
So that would be
Right.
just us talking.
Right. And you have to get that phone. You have to be part of the network, and you have to get that phone to them. And another phone from another radio cannot come in. And on the American side, that is in there. On the Chinese side, the real PTT and the global PTT are not secure. It is not secure. It's open-ended, and it's allowed for enthusiasts who want to talk to each other worldwide. If you want to talk about groups and stuff, that's what it's used for. But you can also use it if you want to talk to your guy, he's in Africa and you're here in the United States. Keep in mind, it is not secure.
Right. Check next question then, Daniel. I'm sorry, not Daniel. Daniel, I'm gonna ask you what's your background later because you know just as much about this in radios as I do.
I do. I used to work on these projects back in the 90s. I used to work on some of these satellite programs that you used to see in movies like Enemy of the State. We were told that we were working on these projects to look at the enemy, but quite frankly, we become that enemy in essence. So, but that is a little bit of my background, and I'm posing these questions because I know these are the types of questions that some people on here have, but they may not be able to formulate how they want them. And I'm also reading the questions in the chat group.
You're hired.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Let's
That's good because I'm not reading the chat.
Hey, Bill, let's move right to the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast is enforced. Sunday laws mandated Sunday by law. How now do we, people in the rural areas, communicate? How do we send out warnings? How do we do this? Use what radios? What can we do? What are our alternatives? We can put a flag up in a tree. We can make an apple blue so people can notice it.
Okay, so rule is distance, and you got to do it long distance. And you got to do it when you do it long distance. This is where ham radios come into play. And I have a ham radio license. I have a technician. I have a above technician ham radio license. And the reason why I say ham radios because ham radios you can also build customized antennas for a certain frequency called HF. HF is high frequency, which means high frequency can bounce off the clouds. And it has a longer distance than any other one. Actually, it can bounce around the world off the clouds, HF radio, but that's to ham radio enthusiasts. You have to create that. The other way that you could talk to each other without a ham radio license is CB, Citizens Band Radio, which a lot of people haven't been using. It's still available with digital Citizens Band. It's out there, you can talk. And now they include it where you can go through the internet. But if the internet goes down, you still have the Citizen Band, but you have to build the antenna with the power booster on it, allowing you to talk from one mountain to the other. With those radios, you have to put in a power booster, power mic, also create a retrans. Retrans mean what I mean by retrans, it allows you, retrans is different than repeater. Retrans is you just transmit on multiple frequencies. Repeater is taking two radios and extending the distance. If, for example, if the radio is 10 miles, you put a repeater out there at the 10-mile distance and you add it and go another 10 miles, making it 20 miles. Sure. So there's a difference between repeater and retrans. Retrans allows you to take a frequency on one channel and transpose it on another channel. And the same thing you can do with a repeater too. And what that means is you have to have two frequencies in your radio, a transmit frequency on one channel on a different frequency and the receiver on another frequency, and then it flips on the other phone on the other side.
So when do you want to start teaching? When do you want to start teaching the classes for people on how to build what we need? Yeah.
When I'll be ready, but I want to do a couple of things. I want to do basics so people understand the basics. I want to go back to the basics so they understand the basics before we get into actually start moving into the advanced. It'll be confusing. And what I would say is, there's a couple of people here who may have experts in radios to get help as well, which is good. So yeah, I know it's different. One of my areas is, one of my pet peeves is preparedness and assessment. And why I say preparedness is, the reason why I say that is you gotta prepare your area for whatever you want to do. That's one. And assessment is to assess where you are. And I'm going to talk about another tool that you can use for that. And when I use it a lot of time for frequency, we call it frequency analysis, or some people call it, you can use it as oscilloscope. There's another technology called CDR out there, and it's a computer device radio, computer digital radio, and it's used with a USB plugged in on your computer, and it has an antenna, and it can scan all frequencies up and down the spectrum. In the Gulf War, we found a lot of these things out there. They were scanning our radios to see where we were. They didn't care about encryption. They didn't care about that at all. And let me tell y'all, your encryption is not the problem. You can have secure communications. What we discovered out there in the first Gulf War, the radio guys were installing the radio network, and the people on the network, they couldn't hear. But the guys who were putting the network together was talking on something called order wire. And the order wire was unsecure. And it was picked up in open air on the desert on an AM frequency. They turned it below the band, and they was listening to what we were saying. So they were able to pick up our order wire transmission. The order wire is a simple wave where two radio techs are talking to each other above what everybody in the network, and it's AM frequency or FM frequency, and it's separate from the regular frequencies. When you're in secure mode, you go through what they call a TMA or PCM kind of network, which is a modulator, which secure your communications in the distance from one end to the other. But what wasn't secure was the technicians who were talking to each other. They were talking in open air, and it was unsecure.
Okay.
And so that was what they're going to. CDR will detect a secure transmission. They're not looking for what they're saying. They're looking for the peak on the screen and how close it is to them.
Okay,
And
before
they
I
can
ask
measure the distance.
before I
I'm
ask you my
sorry.
next question, no, go ahead, because you're interesting. I see Daniel's hand
Yeah.
up, but then
No.
I'm going to ask you, what
Yes.
can we use to listen to them? So bake on that. What can we use to listen to them? While Daniel asks his question.
But Kevin, also,
Yes.
even when we decide to do this, you're gonna have to have a certain group, like in
Yeah.
your area,
Yes.
in your group, so you're not going too far. And that you say a repeater, it could be another group not too far from where you are.
Correct.
You're gonna have to make it small.
Okay. I
Now-
got
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do it like that. So
Yeah.
you can make it small if you need help, but you can or this group could be able to, like you said, with the repeater at a certain amount of miles, but you're still gonna have to keep it tight.
yes, ma'am.
Right. But down there's a couple of radios out there that a lot of people can't afford, but they're being used right now as the backbone for the internet. And one of them is microwave. The microwave have a distance anywhere from a couple miles to almost 20 miles. And a lot of it's used for areas where you can't even put fiber in the ground. And a lot of your internet is running through microwave, which means for a site, it can go to a building, it can go through anything, and it can get the internet transmission through
Wow.
through a multiplexer, and the channels are being transmitted securely to the other side, allowing the internet to go through. Not everything's underground. A lot could be above ground, a lot could be through the air. And then there's other technologies that they're starting to test in Africa using laser as a way to transmit internet traffic through the air, from one light beam to the other by line of sight. We had
Tighten that
Yeah.
thing up.
and we had what we call LOS. LOS is line of sight radio. And we had something called RAU, called radio access units, which means they can take one radio on one frequency and link it to another radio, another frequency, and mix the two together, and they can still talk to each other, even though they're on different frequencies.
We got a
But
question.
those are so.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, you have people that are lost here, but I want to say a few things here real quick.
Good.
You know,
I forgot what.
Satan came up with AT&T, right? The slogan was reach out and touch someone. And the reason why he did that is because for every Bible truth, the devil has a deception. And Jesus' phone number, what's God's phone number? Jeremiah 33, right? Verse 3, right? Call unto me and I will answer thee, and I will show thee great and mighty things which thou knewest not. So here we have, just to simplify some of this for some people, if you were to take a letter and write a letter from someone to somebody else that's in a different city, state, whatever it is, and you send it through U.S. Post Office, you're probably going to want to put that in an envelope. But let's say you didn't put that in an envelope and you just wrote on it and you just send it. You left your letter open, wide open, and somebody can read it. Now, that can be seen by anybody. So then the idea is for people to go ahead and take it and put it in a regular envelope, a white envelope, without any cross hatches or any security, what we call a secured envelope. Okay. So when we're talking about this, information is sent in that way, in the sense where even today, the government, when you send a letter through the mail, they scan it and they have the ability to read through that clear envelope, and they can read every letter that's in there. Now, before they were able to do that, then people said, well, you know what? I know that they can probably read through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a different type of envelope that was a secured envelope. And so that way they couldn't possibly read it with a human eye. But now they have a technology that can even see and read through that even. And they can read every letter of every word that's in there. And so what we're talking about when we're talking about encryption and we're talking about security, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a way of transmitting or sending information between two different points, in essence, from us to somebody else. If in the event somebody else intervenes, like the USPS, they want to read it, we find a way without them being able to see it. And nonetheless, um, as technology continues to advance, the ability to be able to see this information becomes more complex, as even the person that's sending it is always coming up with different ways of being able to send it so it does not become intercepted to where they can see it. But I just want to help clarify just some of those basic things for some of the people. But go ahead.
That is true, Daniel. And then there's another side which Daniel, you may know or may not know of. We not only have to deal with that, we also have to deal with jamming. What that does is
Yes.
jamming will whatever frequency it finds it on, it will create noise on it, prevent it from being transmitted. And that's another thing you can happen, and that happens a lot, even on cell phones. If you they can jam a cell phone, they can jam a radio, and you got to know how to work around that. That's another, and that's another part we need to know. But jamming is another way to keep people from talking to each other. It's called disrupting the communication. So,
all right. So what are we going to do here now? So to answer the questions, what are we going to do for people, country living sustainability? Again, need to get their family up to their area, need to have a way of communication. You know, they had the Navajo tribe talking in the military, or with Navajo, the military talking, all that kind of fun stuff. You know, you and I, we both worked with Rangers. We did all that kind of fun stuff, and Rangers had a way of communicating, and you know, Humvees and all that had the ways of communicating. What can we have? Still my question. What can we do?
There's two things you can do. Surprisingly, without all the technology, there's some simple things you can do.
Don't say two bean cans in a row.
Actually, be honest with you, I was about to say that in another way. There is still the line, you could run a phone line, what we call a two-wire line on one end to the other and communicate with each other. Those devices are still available, which means nobody can detect it to their radio scanning or stuff like that. That's one. That's local. The other is you could use Wi-Fi in a way that you can communicate with each other as well. And depending on, like my wife said, you have to be closer, not further apart. And if you create a network in your farm area around your, say, within a 5 or 10 mile radius, you could run what we call landline connections to your people if they're within a vicinity of each other, and do that as well. That's cutting out the radio and cutting out people from scanning the frequency. Every single frequency can be scanned. every radio frequency can be scanned, no matter what. It can be scanned and it can be picked up. The moment you press the mic, somebody's going to find where you are from this, the
Eventually,
spike of the power from the mic. The mic, you press it, it gives out a power of 20 ohms or more, and it can be picked up on an oscilloscope. And one of the simplest oscilloscopes out there costs $20, called CDR. That baby can pick anything up. Well, we was out in Afghanistan.
Go back to the one where you take the line, because that line could be in that community where they could still.
Yeah,
work with each
right.
other.
So,
Stick with that. Those are things we start put underground, put it on
right, right.
where it is that they know a certain area where they can
Right.
go to talk. It wouldn't be in the main area where you
Right.
are, but be an area that you go to where you can.
Right. You will have to,
you can talk.
if people are within a couple miles of each other, you can create a direct to them to be able to line 2-wire. They have 2-wire and they have 4-wire. I'm pretty sure I'm going back to the military when I say that. You have 2-wire or 4-wire connection to these devices and set that out. Another way that's still available that people got away from it, but it's still available is Morse code. Morse code uses 2-wire. Those devices are still available. I'm talking about old-fashioned communications.
correct. Still works.
And
It
you
still
can
works.
create your own Morse code, not the
Yeah.
one that everybody knows.
Correct. The other thing
That's
is you can create your own codes between each other. You don't have to
That's it.
use the Morse code that everybody
Make our
knows.
own Morse code.
You
Now
create
you into what I got in mind. Now you guys into what I'm writing about in the book.
Yeah.
How
You
we
can
create.
now, yeah, you don't have to go by the rules saying you have to do a standard Morse code. You can create your own
There
codes
are
among
people
yourself.
Morse code.
Yeah.
Tap code.
Actually, when the
That's
Indians,
it.
actually the Indians made a code for the military, which was to be standard. And the military decided to standardize.
Yeah,
But you
code
don't
talk.
have to use those codes. You can create your own. That's another thing.
All right. So,
Morse one.
no, I'm gonna tell. So that's phones, people. There's a whole lot there with communications.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more.
But
Yeah,
your field
I-
is not just communication.
correct.
Your field is also survival. Your field
That's
is
correct.
also field survival, outdoor survival, all those kinds of things. So we're going to be doing a series with you on all these kinds of fun stuff. Then you got some Army regs, you got some Army regulations, some information that we can
Yep.
also share with people. Give us a little taste of that, since they got a little taste of phones. They're going to have a lot of questions. And I did see somebody put in the chat, globalppt.com, and then you got the phone symbol, and then phones. So you got the, what's that called? And then phones, and it takes you right to that on the website. So thank you guys for posting that. So now also we want to be able to give people survival skills and things that they can do, because what I want to be able to do is move people now in a rapid succession, because things are happening so fast, into
Yeah.
survival mode. So, okay, now forget phones, that kind of thing. How do we prepare ourselves to live outside? What does the military have? You know, I got some old Army regs. You got some newer.
Yeah. So the military has survival guides. The U.S. soldier has to know at least a minimum of 127 tasks, common tasks. So the U.S. Army called it on U.S. Army Soldier Common Task Manual, and in it it covers everything from water to how to survive, how to make your own food, how to do a lot of things. And it's at a 7th grade level, and it's tasked out and it's broken down to the point where you can understand it. Because in war, everything is thrown up and everything is destroyed. If you get separate from you guys still survive out there, you're on your own, you're behind enemy lines, you still got to survive out there. First aid is part of that. How to make a tent, how to survive in cold weather, how to deal with chemical agents. I mean, some people say, well, why we have to talk about chemical agents?
Yeah.
But let's talk about the pandemic.
It's real.
That's also in the Army regulations as well. And chemical agents are air. There's 3 versions of it: air, water, and
Nuclear,
aerosol,
biological,
air,
and
water.
chemical. Yep.
Right.
Nuclear, biological.
And right. So there's 127 basic common tasks that I think everybody should use, that the military's been using for years. And these will come in handy when you don't have technology, when you can't talk to each other. And they will come in handy. Also, they talk about food, how to eat certain foods, eat certain plants and stuff like that. That's also in the Soldier's Common Task Manual. There's another section called first aid. Now, why we need first aid? Because you may not be able to get to a hospital in time. period at all. And you got to be able to help that person and keep them from getting in shock. Shock will kill a person quicker than anything else. So there's a basic task on how to prevent shock for all types of injuries. There's another one in there talking about how to stop bleeding. Now, not only using medical stuff, but using ordinary stuff as well as ordinary clothes or leaves and stuff to also stop bleeding. And you got to know how to do that, to sterilize it to do that. Another one, how to start a fire. If you've been a Boy Scout, you know how to start a fire with 2 pieces of wood. And there's other ways. There's something called flint. You use flint and you go start a fire. There's other ways that are basic survival skills, and that's in the Army's basic common task manual. I will
That's the question the person was
recommend.
saying. Yeah, person was just saying, what's the book you're talking about? We're gonna get that book up so you guys can get that download through Bill. But the Army, tell her what it is again.
It's called the United States Army Soldiers Manual, Common Task Manual, and it covers 127 different areas in it for soldiers. Marine Corps has one too, but they both are similar. So I will put that in the chat. I would send it to you, and then you can send it to everybody.
Absolutely.
They're out there available. You can look it up and ask for a Soldier's Common Task Manual, and you'll see it come up. There's one called Army Survival Guide. There's one called Army Medical. They're all out there, and they're out there for you to read.
Yep.
They cover from the basics to the advanced, and it's in simple 7th grade level reading.
Even if you learn,
It's
you
yeah, it's key stuff
or
out there.
download it or download it on a file. Like Kevin said, download it on a file and just have it, even though you have the book, because book can get ruined.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna touch an area where Kevin talked about you downloading all your videos to the hard drive, and I want to touch on that area very quick. And that is that your operating system, if you've got Windows 10, Windows 11, or even the new Mac operating system, one thing you need to know is that that operating system is a SaaS. And if you don't know what that is, software as a service. What that means is the computer has to be constantly connected online in order to keep the upgrades and keep it secure. I mean, it's connected. If you disconnect the computer and decide to use it without being online, you have 90 days to get it back online so the operating system will work for you. Which means is the operating system currently on your laptop has to be always constantly connected to the internet. And I would tell you some reasons why that's good and bad. So when you download all your videos to your USB drive, you got to be able to play them, be able to see them on the computer. Well, what if your computer operating system, you cannot get back on the internet? Now you got problems. Now we have to talk about alternative operating systems, if I'm losing people, I'm trying to not to. You're operating, and most people have Windows.
I'll scram away when you get done. I can scram away when you get done. Go ahead, you good.
And most people, when you turn on your computer, the first thing you turn on is Windows. And Windows right now, to the point, and now it's going to have AI included, is all services from the server from Microsoft. Microsoft has the streams to your computer. You have to pay for the keys for your computer and have it on. Now you're paying annually for that operating system to work on your computer, or monthly, whatever.
Office is the same way. Office 365. Office 365.
Microsoft, right? It's the same way. It's on a monthly basis or annual. Before you used to buy the CD, you own it. Before you used to buy the operating system, then you own it forever. You didn't have to worry about it. However, now, because a lot of people are online, it's now a software as a service. And with AI now generating the new code, that means they can check your computer the moment you plug in to online. Now, you need it to work offline when you don't need the internet. And now there's ways to doing that, and there's ways to go around it. There's other software operating systems out there just as easy as Windows that you're going to have to use in order to see your video, to play your music, and to pull your files, and also be able to use a program just like Office. And Microsoft Office is the primary one everybody used to. But what if you can't get online? Then Office is no good to you.
Yep.
The other problem with Office is Office automatically backs up all your files to a cloud service. And that means it's on the cloud in Microsoft, one of Microsoft's super data centers somewhere
Yeah.
around the world. So now you need to back all that up to a hard drive at your home. Because if you can't get to it from,
Have your own hard drive.
yeah, you're going to have problems.
We tell you how to build your
Yeah.
own hard drive.
So let me
Right.
back you up. Before you continue, let me spur everybody away real quick. So there's a lot of things that he's saying that may be foreign to people. But in other words, everybody knows Microsoft Windows, but very few people know about Linux. There's Linux
Right.
and then other types of software like Linux that offers those same types of communications and operations you can do with Microsoft. And then there's something called like Open Office. It's not made by Microsoft. Open Office has a version of Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and all of that. And that's free. They got free versions of that, but they're not Microsoft based. Also, there are still complete cities and some states that use no Microsoft. They use Microsoft nothing, and they use alternative operating systems so you can keep control of all of your data and all your stuff. That's why you always hear me telling everybody to get yourself an external hard drive and back up your stuff and keep your stuff backed up. Because once it's out there on the cloud, you can't look up in the sky and say, my stuff right there on that cloud. And if it was right there on that cloud, you ain't got no ladder to reach it.
So,
And you don't know where your stuff is. So we want to get some
not to lose people, your operating system today could be booted from your hard drive, from an external hard drive, not just on your computer. Your computer has a hard drive in it, and it's there all the time. But you can also plug in the USB on the side and boot your whole entire operating system from the USB stick. And I do that a lot because I do a lot of PCs. And so when I disconnect the USB stick and somebody turn on my computer, they can't get none of my stuff because it's all saved on the stick or on my external hard drive. Those are security protocols I do all the time in cybersecurity. I don't put my main operating system with my personal stuff on the laptop. It's booted.
Working, they took all everybody's laptop. They couldn't do anything with the
Yeah. So, and the data I do is a lot of data. So I use an operating system from the detachable hard drive to run on the laptop. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have some things like flash drives.
Yeah.
Put the OS on flash.
And I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how to do that, and I'll give you the steps how to do that. It's also available through YouTube. So when I do these things, I'm gonna hook you to a YouTube video that has it. So if you don't understand from me directly, the video will be able to tell you.
It was a backup. So
it's a backup.
Show you, if you don't remember, you can go back and
correct.
So back in the day, people used to use the disk when they had Windows 3.11 and all those things, and you had disk, and they moved from the floppies. They moved from the half-inch, from the 5-inch or whatever, down to the floppies, and then they moved down to the CD-ROMs, or moved to now you can go with flash drives. If you can see this flash drive, there it is. But they got other kind of ways. You can have a complete operating system on here and all your files and everything else. And you pull that out, the computer just comes on, but you can't see anything. No Windows, no Office.
Right. It becomes a KVM box. KVM means keyboard, video, mouse. That's what it means.
Paperweight.
Paperweight.
Yeah, paperweight. So now, okay, so that's that. So you guys are going to learn alternate ways. Let's take 2 questions real quick. I see Chris Briss, then I see Daniel. Come on, brother Chris.
Yes. Very good stuff. So I have a question. So my computer guy, I always communicate with him before I buy a new computer. And when I give him the computer, he removes all of that program. I don't know how he does it. He removes all of that program that ties you to their network and give me full control over my computer. If I don't have internet, I still have access to use it. Is there a violation in doing so?
Some of it could be, yes, some of it could be a violation. So what I would do, for example, if you use if you want to go on the internet, I don't use the what we call MSN, Microsoft Network, or what they call Explorer, and then Google, which is Chrome, which is the 2 most popular ones you use out there. There's other browsers that you can use on the internet that will erase your history while you're surfing the net. The moment you get on the internet, everything you do is recorded to some company and it's up your information. So there's software out there that I put on my computer, and I'll talk about it. And your computer guy may know what they are. And what they do is while you're on the internet, it erases everything you want there. It keeps you secure and erases it after you leave that web page. It literally erases all your history and erases all the cookies. Cookies is a little information that gather information on you, and the company uses it to track what you did and to tell you what you did. The other thing you need to know that your computer, every time you use it, your computer has a hidden log file on everything you do, even down to the keystroke. And it's recorded in a log file in the Microsoft operating system, in the Apple operating system, and it's there, and it's used by technicians to troubleshoot to see what you did to fix your computer. But it's a log sheet that if you erase that log sheet, nobody will know what you did. But you need to know where it's at, and you need to know where to find it. And that's another thing. And then there's operating systems that are totally secure that you don't need to worry about what we call stripping your Microsoft Office, your operating system to keep it secure. There's actually operating systems out there in the Linux arena that does that.
Okay.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money, and it's free.
And real
Okay,
quick,
so my
Chris, Chris, before you finish, another answer to your question also is sometimes when they clean up them systems, what you could be talking about, there's something called, everybody thinks everything is virus. Some things are called adware, malware. I had six computer stores, and we're in there when the Sasser worm came out way back in the day, and one computer had McAfee, one computer had Norton, and the one with McAfee caught the Sasser worm and eliminated it. And we got them sitting on the workbench. And the one with Norton let it get right through and take over. We made a lot of money cleaning the Sasser worms out. But sometimes you can also get in there and use stuff to take those out. That won't be a violation. And then because you get things in there like we call it malware. Now they advertise in something called malware bytes. It's old now, but it's been around a while. I just saw the commercial the other day. I'm like, that finally made it to television. And it gets in there and it takes out all the malware that writes itself into your program so that it can make things happen automatically. And it can read your stuff, send stuff back, tell what you're doing. All of a sudden you talk about mushrooms, and all of a sudden mushrooms show up on the computer. They got all kinds of stuff in there.
That's it.
So my next question, this is for you, brother Kevin. Information of this nature for what we are and what we are doing, making preparation for the last days. Do you believe that this type of information should be on a members platform only, where the members have access to the information? In other words, we pay like a $5 fee to be a member for this type of information, because I just think putting it out to the public is telling everybody what we're doing.
Nope, it's
and
not.
we are supposed.
Let me answer that.
Yeah,
Nope, it's not. I'm gonna tell you what. Judas was a member.
Amen.
That's
Judas
true.
was a member.
That's true.
So yes and no. But if we can enlighten people and people can go their own way and now form their own groups, everybody don't know their business. Even if you charged $1 million. Because look what China's paying American spies right now. Look what Judas got back then. So Judas was a member. So yes and no. I would rather enlighten everybody on different ways they can disperse and choose what they want to do.
That's right.
On their
No,
own.
what I'm saying is not what we are doing here.
Yes, sir.
At this present moment.
Oh,
I'm
but we
talking about
together for our own thing. Yeah, we got our own
yeah,
thing. We're gonna
right.
use screenshots, notes written on a rock, and we're gonna pop.
Right. Oh, now when the recording goes out to the public, that's what I'm referring to.
Sure, that's secure. We'll make sure that's secure. Yeah, that's something.
That's what I'm talking about.
So nobody, I tell everybody this, I was teaching this 3 years ago, that we need to have our own alphabet, that we need to have our own message system. He just said it. My brother just said it. Bill just said it. We need to have our own way of communication that's exclusive to us. You don't have to go with SOS. You don't have to go with, else kind of thing. We can have our own. And that's one thing we got to understand. Okay? So that we can set up our own level of communication. That's what's going to be key.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Daniel. Thank you, brother Chris. Bill, I didn't lose your hope. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, he'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. Come on, Daniel.
Okay, so some of the questions, I think one of the questions that people are asking is, and maybe they didn't get it, maybe because I don't know if we kind of introduce it in this way, but this discussion that we are having right now, can we just backtrack just a little bit?
Sure.
And help help people understand why we are talking about technologies in the last days and how, and the other question is, how long do you think, or do we think that that we will be able to utilize this before it becomes unusable?
Okay, thank you. We want to back up a little bit. The reason why we're talking about communications, we got a gentleman on our guest. He'll be here for the next few weeks or so, or even longer, possibly. Bill Bishop. Bill Bishop is a communications expert for military. He's an IT expert for military and civilian. Currently, to this day, he's got a long history in military and in security and infrastructure. And he's telling you the insights on how your phone literally works against you. And there's pretty much nothing you can do about it until you eventually ditch the phone. So he's giving us a lot of insights on things that we can now be prepared for and things we can expect to work against us. So at some point, we always talk about this, that you're going to have to walk away from this fella and you're going to have to walk away from some of the television screens. But he's also showing you alternative ways that you can use phones now without going over the regular internet. There's alternatives to that. There's alternatives with things called POC phones and all that. So what we're looking at right now and how we got here where we are now is we're talking about alternative ways of communication, and then what to look out for and how to help each other. Because eventually we all going to have some system in place, and we can't wait to the last minute to do it and expect everybody to understand what knock means. It could mean shoot now. That could mean burn up something. That could mean whatever you make it mean. So we have to create something for people. And that's where we are. So this is Mr. Bill Bishop, and that's why he's enlightening us, not just on that, on survival, on techniques. Now that we're up north and our country property is nearly finished, complete, we got things in place. We're going to be doing some camps, just like the other sisters had over at the other ministry, that they had Exodus to the Journey. We're going to have all kinds of things, the self-defense, tent building, fire building, just like my brother said, 5, 6, 10 different ways to do fire. 8 to 20 million different ways to tie a knot. A knot could save your life. Things people don't even think about. A knot. How can I tie a knot to use it to get up the tree or get up the mountain? And then how can I get that rope back? Or how can I get the rope up the mountain? How can I retrieve that rope back to break that knot out of there? How you tie a knot. Okay. How do I carry a person that's sick or hurt or injured? You know, how to do that. All those kinds of things. How do I get snake poison out? These things are all important because we're going to be in a situation where we have to, and he said this, we have to be our first responder. With Healing Proper Short Course Academy, our academy we launched, and we have all those classes in medical and oncology and medical missionary and first aid and paramedics and legal literacy, how to defend yourself when you don't have a Bible. You're gonna have to have these things in your head. You have to know things. You're gonna have to know scriptures. You're gonna have to know what's right. Same way with safety, with communication, with first aid, with fire, with water prevention. Everybody going to the country, but nobody talking about carbon monoxide detectors or smoke detectors. And all of a sudden you have that luxury property in the country and you don't wake up. Because you try to cover everything.
He points out a good thing. There's another area I deal with. I deal with environmental stuff. I deal with infrastructure. And I would tell you those two, and I would tell you why those are so important. There's a report coming out. I'm going to try to get that report and give it to you guys about your well water. And it's affecting a lot of the Midwest and some of the upper Northeast areas, rural areas, where there's a chemical that's seeping into the ground that is affecting the well water. And it's coming from, I'll get all the information to you and I'll send it to you. It'd be one of those sessions you'll have to talk about. Because when you're off the grid, you want to use well water. And well water is in the ground. And depending on where you are, you may be in an area where they are fracking. And if you don't know what fracking is simply they're extracting oil from the ground and replacing it with dirty water. Now, the problem when they do that dirty water is filtered through the soil. And well water is filtered through the soil and extracted from the soil. Now, the earth itself has a natural way of filtering this stuff, but too much chemicals put back into the ground could be devastating to your well water that you're getting. You may be on the tip of where the fracking has ended, especially in the Midwest, and you don't know it. And all of a sudden you're drinking well water. And if you do not test your well water, I encourage everybody to test their well water to make sure the chemicals are not in your well water. That's something you need to know, because fracking is they extract the oil and then they put dirty water back in the ground to keep the ground from falling apart.
Well, they
Well,
shoot
as
chemicals
you
in
know,
there and blow it up. They shoot chemicals in
right,
there and blow it up. Then they shoot the dirty
right,
water down in there. So yeah, it's
right.
poisoning your water.
And as
Becoming
you
very toxic.
know, when it rains, as you know, when it rains, the planet recycles the water. So if it also pulls up chemicals, it's going to go in the ground. So you also need to know about that. The other one is another one of my titles called Geographical Information Systems and Geographical Intelligence. Pretty much that area I'll get into. We'll talk about basic mapping, but we'll also talk about geography and how it impacts everything else. Yeah, everybody in here uses some point of GIS and don't even know it. If you're using your cell phone, you use it a lot just to go from point A to point B. How many of you guys use your car and actually for direction using GPS to get there? I know everybody does. And so geospatial intelligence is one of the most used softwares in the world. And it is adapted to everything. I'll tell you about it, what it does. And it's a military application, by the way. And it's one of the most versatile applications out there. It's used in intelligence. It's used to launch rockets into outer space. It's used to drive autonomous cars on the road. It's used to give you directions how to get there. It's used for multiple things. Also used for planning.
What
and
about the
disaster.
basic mapping? Because basic mapping, they need to know several ways to get out of where you are at. So you be able to make your own map and directions to get yourself out. Don't have one way to go out. You need several ways to leave your property. And then the Holy Spirit and God will tell you which one to take.
Direction to go.
But you need to know how to make your own map, the lay of your land, where the mountains are, where everything is, and several ways to get out.
That's in the common soldier's manual, by the way, what you talking.
So what we're going to be doing is, Daniel, I see you haven't finished your question yet. So what we're going to be doing, people, it's very important that you learn that. And that was one of the things that we do. We've been doing that for a while here, teaching people how to read a map, writing up, teach you how to read a map. And I tell everybody, under the mats of my car, I got a Rand McNally. I got the original, all the old original maps. You know, it's better having something than nothing, because your GPS you won't be able to use. But if you can pull out that map and it'll show you secondary roads and third area roads where you can stay off the main road. Order those. They're on Amazon right now. Order those Rand McNally atlases for the United States. You got them for Canada. They got them from everywhere. But get those where it goes all the way down to secondary and third roads, other ways that you can move throughout and know exactly where you're going.
That's right.
And then I tell everybody this as well. If you don't have a drone, they cost $20 now. Put a drone in the air. Put a drone in the air over your property and take those photos. So like my sister said, you'll know your way out. Because we got, for instance, we got acres. It's got 2,000 acres of forestry attached to it. But if I just go in that forestry, I want to know I'm going the way where there's a river at, because there's a river in that forest. So, you know, look up in your area and work out with your neighbors. Hey, listen, if you got a problem, come this way. If I got a problem, can I come that way? All kinds of resources we teach here, but you guys are going to see a lot more of that this spring and this summer. You're going to get some first hands-on. And then when Bill and I match up, it's really on.
There's two other maps that you need to have available with you.
They do speak that, and then I'm gonna let Daniel finish this question. Go ahead, Bill.
And one is called Topo map. Topo map is very important, and it goes to the region. It tells you how water will flow down the mountain, shows you terrain. That's very important, and that's very important when you're doing planning for out in the woods. It's very important. Topo maps are reason for that. It shows what's man-made and what's actual natural curves of the earth. I would tell you man-made stuff will get washed away. At the end of the day, that mountain will still be there.
Yes, sir.
Unless they blew it up or they cut it off. But
That means they made the mountain.
Yeah,
it's not a mountain that was
was not made by Mother Nature.
Well, the mountain will be moved at the end of someday, because God said there'll be sockets where the mountains used to be. He'll be pulled out of his place.
So Topo map one.
Okay.
The other one is called nautical map, which is the one for the ocean. That is important to show where things are and how it flows if you're close to the ocean.
And you don't want to run to the ocean and try to escape.
Also, it tells you how deep the wells are. I mean, the oceans or the ponds and stuff are.
All of them deep. You can see a lot of water on top, but there's a whole lot more on the bottom.
Correct. So that's what nautical.
And lakes too.
And then the final map, you may never get to use it, but I'll show you anyway. It's called aeronautical map, and it's used with airplanes all the time. Aerospace uses it a lot. NASA uses it a lot, and that's used for guiding around the planet on aeronautical maps, and that shows where all the airports are, where the radars are.
And how close they are flying near you.
Yeah,
That's one of the
aeronautical.
classes in our academy, believe it or not. We got air traffic in our academy.
Yeah, so
Daniel, you got
aeronautical
another
maps.
question. Daniel, you got another question. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Job, and God was talking with Job in Job 38:16. He says, where God asked Job, have you journeyed to the springs of the sea or walked in the recesses of the deep? But in either case, here we go.
Put the seatbelt
Report.
on.
There you go. Put your seatbelt on, okay? So now some of the questions people are asking is how can we test this water? Where can we get the water tests? That's one. And then the other is just to backtrack a little bit, Kevin, in a previous video when you were talking about hard drives and the significance and the importance of it, what we're talking about is we're talking about being able to be able to have access to information if in the event and the time that we can no longer, because at some point, I know Bill, you haven't mentioned this yet, but perhaps there's going to be a time where we may either have to pay for access to the internet, where we may not be able to have access to information that we do currently because we currently depend on it just because we can, we can go in and ask Google or whatever it is, ask it a question, and gives us an answer immediately. So what we're talking about is being able to get access to this information, but we know at some point, right? Thy word have I hid in thine heart that I might not sin against thee. So at some point in time, we have to be able to have the word, right? We want to be able to have access to the word and access to the information. And some of this information that we're talking about storing is information about how we can take medical missionary and help other people out as well to teach, right? So we can have access to it. How can we help others to heal naturally? How can we have access to the word? How can we have access to spirit of prophecy? And so that's so I wanted to backtrack just a little bit because Kevin, you expanded on that previously. You talked about it. How can we use it to educate children if we don't have access to books, because books are very heavy. I've got a book here on my desk. It's called The Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. It weighs about almost 10 pounds.
Heavy.
Okay, you know which one I'm talking about, all
We
right?
got two of them.
We all got
But
that
it's a
one.
heavy book, okay? But we can't carry this around with us. So we're talking about finding ways, and of course, taking this information and utilizing it to help other people, not just for ourselves, but to be a blessing to others.
Sure. Let me speak to that real quick. Thank you so much. Daniel, Daniel, next week, same time. Be on time. Listen.
Yes, sir.
This is a flash drive. This particular flash drive is 128 gigs. I remember when they used to make these, they were like 1 megabyte or 2 megabyte way back in the day. But this particular one's 128 gig. Now they make them in 1 terabyte. This is an external hard drive. This particular one is a 4 terabyte hard drive. I also have a 22 terabyte hard drive. I got several 8, 10, and 12 terabyte hard drives that are completely full. There's a software called YouTube Downloader. Just Google it, top 10, Google, give me the top 10 YouTube downloaders. There's other brands, but YouTube Downloader. Any video you see on YouTube is public property. When you got YouTube Downloader, you're not bootlegging, you're not counterfeiting. When you use YouTube Downloader, it shows you now that you can download those particular files. How to deliver a baby, how to fix a burn, how to heal a womb, how to dig a well, how to fix a car, how to fix brakes from A to Z if you never did brakes before. Bricklayers for beginners, how to be a nurse for beginners, training for beginners, whatever you could think of. Bring it up on YouTube. Hit the URL. When you see the URL, the video comes up right there, right? Click the person's name right there. It brings up all of his videos, okay? How to make furniture from pallets. It'll bring up probably 500 videos from that guy. Download them. Download them into YouTube Downloader. And then when you're in the woods, so to speak, with push come to shove, you got no power, no this, no other. You got the little solar panels you got off of Amazon. You got your little external hard drive. You got your little laptop, because what you did is you put those in a Faraday bag that you got off Amazon. In the event there was an EMP, say, pow, things go out because of a nuclear attack or what have you, the Faraday bag, your stuff is still protected. If I put my phone in a Faraday bag and Brother Bill gives me a call, when my phone won't ring, when I take it out of the bag, it says you missed a call, and literally the phones are laying right next to each other. So a Faraday bag can protect your hard drive. It can protect the keys to your car. In some cases, they got a big blanket now you can put over your car that's Faraday. But you get you the solar panels that open up that you can charge your phones and laptops with and all that stuff. But because you have these loaded with schoolwork, with all the writings of Ellen G. White, with the King James Bible, with homeschooling, with everything you can think about, recipes, how to fix this, how to make a car, how to take wheels and make a wagon, how to take spark plugs and a magnet and produce fire. A lot of things y'all didn't know about, did y'all? I didn't think I knew that. How to build rocket stoves. So fill these up and then still put them in those bags, Faraday bags, put them away. Just forget about them because they're loaded. And I've got probably 25 of these that's completely loaded because I don't stop downloading. And it's everything there. How to be a mechanic, like I said, anything you want to know about schooling, the soldier manuals that Bill talked about, all of that is online. YouTube is an abundance. They got full MIT courses on YouTube that are free. They got full things on real estate, on brokering, a lot of things there. It's free, but we'll just watch YouTube and go on about our business. No, get your tail back on YouTube, download those 18,000 vegan meal recipes, put them on a flash drive, how to cook, what foods you can eat, how to forage, what mushrooms to stay away from. All those things are there. Take advantage on all that stuff, put it on flash drives, put it somewhere where you know where it is, make a note on it so people know that's valuable because it tells you how to clean your water. It tells you when to use dirt, rock, sand, charcoal, all those things. And speaking of charcoal, it tells you how to make charcoal, what wood to use, how good it is, all those kinds of things. So you can use that for burns and wounds and healing and throwing up and getting poisons out your body and all those kinds of things. Download all of that, people, and let your family know where it's at. So when you get where you're going, now you got songs on here that there's no way to sing no more, no way to hear from anybody no more. What you got right here. Yep, you got everything saved on there. So don't sleep the YouTube downloader software and then download those items and put them away. Fill that drive up. My wife used to say, you just rip it off the internet. You get everything out there. I forgot the word she used. But I was downloading a lot, wasn't I, honey? But we got that and we put those together. So now there's resources for our children. How to do this, how to do underground bunkers, how to build a shed, how to build a comfort. You can lay in the snow and keep warm. You can make you can get down in the snow and dig a block, depending on where the wind's coming, and get under there. That's literally called almost like the word they use is like a coffin, where you build that, and you can even heat yourself up, and it don't cave in on you, and it blocks the wind. Those things you learn when you do your research. Our people perish from lack of knowledge. We're gonna get out there. Of course, we're gonna expect the raven to feed us because God said so. But He said, "Occupy till I come." We got missions. We got things to do. So, good point, Daniel.
Also, you need to know what proteins grow in your area.
Absolutely.
Very important. Because you're going to need protein. You need protein.
How to get sap from a tree.
What beans grow, what legumes, whatever it is for survival. Because you can eat a small amount of something and still survive.
And be nourished. Yep. There's certain barks you can eat. There's certain barks you can.
That's right.
There's stuff you don't expect that you can live on that's going to shock you. And then you're going to learn how to forage. We got 2,000 acres of woods attached to our property. Don't you think when you guys come up here for this camp, we're going to do, you all going to be out in them woods planting? We're going to plant berries. We're going to plant all kinds of stuff. But what about the bears? They're not going to eat it all. They got you.
The other thing is that with technology, you got to be able to use it offline.
Yep.
And
that's the advantage.
And I'm going to talk about a couple of them. Your TV.
You also get a windmill.
Yeah.
Get yourself a windmill.
That's the power. I ain't talking about the power. I'm talking about the device.
Come on,
First of all,
device.
Internet. No, the internet means your computer will go dead after 90 days. You got to know how to do that to be able to play these videos longer. The other is your TV. Your TV is no longer the one with the gray tube with the antennas anymore.
Nope.
It relies on the internet.
Yep.
However, you can also use it to play your stuff from your USB drive and your external drive as well without having it go online.
Plug it in.
So
it becomes a monitor.
It becomes a monitor.
Correct.
However, the TV is built in with a built-in browser allowing you to access information via the browser. And then it has a browser on there, and then it has operating software allowing you to play the video and audio. It's all one there. There's two ways to do it. And I encourage everybody to do this, is get a Wi-Fi. Now, everybody say, well, I got Wi-Fi, but I don't have internet. Well, Wi-Fi is not for the internet, really. It's actually to link all of your devices to an internal network.
Together.
In your house. And you can access your files on any of your Wi-Fi enabled devices without the internet. cybersecurity is about things being connected to the internet. And there's a simple way to protect all your stuff. And me and cybersecurity, I tell everybody, there's a simple cybersecurity method you can do. And it's 2 words: cut the cord.
Take it off the internet.
Nobody can remote into
That's
your
it. They can't do nothing.
cut the cord, and you can't get, nobody can get into your files that you have on your computer. Turn off the internet, unplug from the internet, and nobody can hack your system.
So if we're
That's
all in
how-
one big cave, what he's saying, you all, if we're all in one big cave, or if we all together and we ran Cat 5 or Cat 6 or network cables all together, we can all
Right.
communicate with each other without even seeing each other in person. We're seeing
Right.
each other right there. We can share files, watch movies, talk any kind of way we want to talk, and nobody can hack that. So Wi-Fi, because you have that because you have that router and you networked everything. So that's Wi-Fi. What makes it
Now, I know Daddy's going to say, well, people can still hack the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
And get into it. However, the Wi-Fi, it has a standard 192, 168.1.10. That's a standard commercial one. But did you know you can program it with a different type of routing them of your own?
192.168.1.1. But
That's
yes,
the standard.
That's the standard.
That's the standard commercial one for consumer use. But I changed my IP addresses on my own personal router to something that nobody knows.
And you
when
can
you
do
do
it
that-
as often as you want.
Right. And you got to know how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. It's very simple, but that is something that most people don't know. They just turn on the router and they go to it and it automatically gives you those standard 192, 168.1.10 or .110.
Yep.
Right, a .1.1. And that's the standard. But you can reprogram it with a different IP address. Nothing says that you have to have it 192, 168.1.1.
There you got it. There you
But
got
I
it.
probably lost everybody on that.
No, you
We'll-
didn't. We'll fill it. We'll fill a minute. Let me mute somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking in the background. Okay. So there's a lot there. Daniel, you got one more question, and then I see I think I say Bola.
Let's let the next person go. I'll go after them.
Thank you. Bola, B-O-L-A.
Please, good, yeah, I don't even know. We're already night in UK. I'm calling from UK, Manchester.
Hey, UK.
Please, I need your help.
Okay.
Listen, please, I need your help. I've been off, have some health challenges, and I asked a charity to send somebody to help me to change the password of my 2 emails, my Yahoo Mail and my Gmail.
Okay.
This elderly man came, he helped me to change it, but he did something that is why I'm watching you tonight. I'm not good with computer. He entered somewhere in my computer and take the picture. What I can say is that he went to where I can see something like some datas, gigabytes, some things that I've never seen that kind of a thing, but I don't even know how to navigate it.
Okay.
But it just went straightly, and since then, like my Google Chrome has not been working properly, and that was just 12 days ago. And I must confess, immediately you said that one should cut off from it. I was thinking that maybe I should just put this thing on airplane so that I don't use the internet, because I must confess, my computer is not working properly ever since. In fact, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to see my care coordinator, and I want her to help me to write an email to this charity that this man that came and what he did, that my computer has not been working properly, and I'm feeling that something is wrong. Somebody is watching my computer. I don't know. I just know that this computer is not the same again.
Okay. Sometimes they
And
can
why I
do
kept,
sometimes they
I
can do
don't know
something.
what to, pardon?
I was gonna say sometimes they can do something even from a remote location. Sometimes they log into your system and they
Because he
go.
took
some people
picture
log in.
of
They can, some people.
information on the computer. I don't know, it's somebody that knows how to. There are informations about the computers, about that, about my laptop.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that to another independent shop and let them check that for you. But like I said, some people can log in sometime from a remote location. You'll give them login privileges and they can go in and look at it and fix it. But other than that, you may have to take it to somewhere else and let them look at that.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
thank you.
I'm glad that's all the help you need. You scared me. But yeah,
You know why? It's because there's some information on my
sure.
laptop. I'm dealing with some issues with the police, and I have a feeling that I don't know whether that's wrong. I have a feeling that guy that came, I have a feeling because he was asking me some questions that make me to be feeling that is this sent from by the police?
It's possible. It's not impossible. They do it all the time. That was my job. they do it all the time. I ain't scared to say it, but they do it all the time. But I mean, don't be guilty. You have to take on the character of Christ. So stop robbing them banks. No, it could be, but literally take that to someone and let them look at that for you. And see what's
I'm
going on.
scared of talking to anybody about it. That's
No,
the
ma'am.
problem.
Don't. Now, God didn't give you the spirit of fear, power, love, and a sound mind. That's your computer. Take it, well, at least as far as we know. Take it somewhere and let somebody look at that for you. Take it somewhere and let somebody look at it. They'll square you away.
Okay.
If not, you can always reboot it and start it all the way back from when it was brand new.
Right.
Bill's going to help you with that one.
Yeah.
If somebody can do that for me, I rather remove everything I have. I have a external hard drive. I can copy everything. Then I would rather, because why I love this computer is because this computer has a flash. What do they call it? The drive where you can put in your DVD.
CD, yeah,
Because it's an old one. It's the old one.
I'll tell you what you need
So
to do. I'll tell you what you need to do real quick. Back up your key files and go buy you a new computer. Not dogging that computer out. Just leave it off for 90 days, like Bill said.
That's it.
Well, go get you a new computer, back all your files up. Forget the CD-ROM. It's not worth it if you're just keeping it for the DVD. It's not worth it. Just get you a new computer with your files. But make sure what you back up is not everything. Make sure you back up the right stuff. Put that in there. And then the other computer, turn it off and kick it to the curb for a little while.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's where they get you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you attached to it because of the DVD. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
You.
You're welcome. Daniel.
Real quick, YouTube downloader. There was an issue with that this last week. Google changed something on their end to make it very difficult or make it unable to. They were getting an error 403 forbidden for people to be able to download from YouTube downloader. I know they were working on it this last week. I don't know if they have resolved that issue because Google changed some things on their end to make it more difficult for people to be able to download off the internet. But it seems like they're making every effort now to make it more difficult for people to download these things. There are other websites out there.
I'm going to tell you, there's tons of other websites other than YouTube.
I'm sharing this for people that may not know the things that are happening on the background, but for those that do have it, do not be discouraged. They're working on it. But then my next question was, what other options do you know about that can be used that are working today aside from YouTube Downloader?
Well, YouTube Downloader doesn't just download from YouTube. It downloads from most of the media websites. So there's tons of other websites like YouTube that you can go to and still download from. If you look at when you look at the YouTube downloader software, as you look it up, show me the top 10. That's Google. Show me the top 10 YouTube downloaders and show me what other sites you download from. It's free information. Use your microphone. That's why I like Google. That's why I like for that reason. It's just like it's YouTube, same people. It's got the microphone. Use the microphone and talk to it. Hey, show me what other sites like YouTube I can download from with a YouTube downloader software. And it's going to show you tons of sites just like that you can grab those videos. And
I asked that question in that way because I wanted you to expand on that for other people to know.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's it. We did computers. That's funny. The young lady was talking about she's attached to the computer with CD-ROMs. I've been doing computers so long. There was Thomas Net website that I give you all. It used to be called thomasregistry.com. And they had these giant, big green binder phone books, registry. They called them registries. Our company was tasked with a new technology with taking those registries and introducing them to a new technology that was coming out called CD-ROMs. So that's way back in the day.
Wait.
Now Thomas Registry is thomasnet.com. So yeah, she can ditch the CD-ROM piece and the DVD piece. You can always hook a portable up to a USB or whatever and hook that up. Get rid of that computer because they just hacked what you had. Now when they come back in and say, we want to get to your new computer, you'd be like, aha, leave them alone.
So Daniel and Kevin, a couple of changes to YouTube is allowing what you say can be automatically transcribed. But AI tied into it now, it will transcribe your whole entire thing. That's one of the things. There's other formats out there that are starting to take front boards so you can't download video. And one of them is called M3U. It's a streaming format. And you got to be able to know how to pull the streaming and be able to capture the stream and get what you want. And what it does, M3U allows you to see it on the player that's built into the browser. And there's a way you can download that stream. And I will get into that because streaming is another way. What streaming means that it's being played from the server and everybody's just viewing. And so you can't download the stream. You can't download the video because the video right now on YouTube is in data format and it's saved on a hard drive on the server so you can download it. So that format is going to go away. And so now you got to be able to capture the live broadcast and be able to record it from the screen. Which is called screen recording, which is the next level of recording it. And you got to have it on your computer and be able to record the video as it's being played to you.
Being played. That's coming up. Monica.
That's changing the format of all the stuff on YouTube to an M3U format, which is a streaming format. And so the only way you'll be able to record that is you have a screen recorder because you won't be able to download it, the raw data anymore. That's what they're trying to do now.
Technology is changing, but we're going to be up on it. We got a question coming in from our sister, Monica. Go ahead, Monica.
Okay, I was just looking up the YouTube downloader as you were speaking on Amazon, and they're unavailable.
Not on Amazon. Not on Amazon.
Okay.
No.
It's not on Amazon.
No, it's not on Amazon. It's on Google. Just Google YouTube downloader. And they all have their own websites. Like I use Snap Downloader. So you can go snapdownload.com. There's tons of different downloaders. They're called YouTube downloaders, but they're actually video downloaders of software, video downloaders from video sites, all the sites that play videos. But the name stuck, YouTube downloader. Like Kleenex. Kleenex is actually the name of the company, but you're actually using tissues. So YouTube downloader name stuck to it. So it's called but you can but just go to Google and say, show me the top 10, top 20 YouTube downloaders.
Okay, thanks.
Get you a good one, about $19, $29, that kind of thing. But like you said, a lot of things is going to streaming format, and there's ways you can do that too. You can capture the streaming. There's lots of ways. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then Daniel's got his hand back up again. Hey, Bill, where that Daniel guy come from? Isn't he some?
Hey. I'm not trying to cut Bill off because he's got a lot of great information.
Oh, we love you, man. You right on top.
Keep me on my toes. Being a cybersecurity expert, I love guys like this.
You're right on top.
Just something that somebody else mentioned, if we can do a demonstration at some point to show people all the different ways that we can do it. And I think Bill would probably do something, or somebody else could do something like that, but they're wanting like a demo, how to. They want to see live how to do this. If this works, great. But if not, what are the other options that we can we use? That we show multiple ways of doing the same thing and achieving the same results.
So guess what we're doing next week?
Got some surprises for you. So guess what? Kevin got some surprises for you. That is one of the things.
I'm gonna tell you. Guess what we're doing next week? We're doing demonstrations. We're gonna do some demos. Bill's bringing some beans to the table. We'll be showing you several things. There'll be a few things. And then Daniel's bringing some beans to the... No, Dan, you can't bring beans if Bill's bringing beans. You got to bring some bread.
I'll bring some rice.
Bring some rice. Bring some beans.
That's good. Beans and rice. That's good.
There
now,
you go.
I need to find and bring the hot dogs.
It's got to be plant-based. It's got to be plant-based. You must be new.
It can be plant-based. It can be plant-based.
God bless you.
I mean, the veggie dogs.
There you got it. So listen, we'll be bringing that. It's very important that we understand we have but a little time. So we want to be able to share as many resources as we can. We got a lot going on. So let me see what time it is so I don't get in trouble here. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but there's a lot going on. We're teaching, we got instructions going on, we got the academy going on. Bill's going to be coming on to share lots of resources, everybody. He's going to be getting lots of manuals that doesn't cost you a dime. These things you can go ahead and take and download. We got some things coming up where we're going to be teaching people business sense. We got things coming up. We're going to teach people how to make revenue from their country properties. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to go to our website, healingproper.com. I just want to go to healingproper.org. You guys heard me say healingproper.com. It wasn't an incident when I said that, because that's going to be when that site's done, that's going to be the actual school site. But now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you to healingproper.org. While the other one is being and I'm going to enlighten you on some things that's there. Share screen. There's that good looking fella Bill right there. Let's bring this up real big. Let's go. There's that resume, Bill.
Oh yeah, which one? Is that the short one or the long one?
You got so many, it ain't funny. But hold on, let me see. Let me type in the right word. I put .com in there. But that's not ready. Hold on just a minute. And 3, 2, 1. There we got it. Can you guys see the screen? All right, healingproper.org short course academy. So what we did is my wife had the Healing Proper for about 3 years, a little bit better, I think, and was going to be really just medical missionary. So last year, God said Healing Proper Short Course Academy. That's who we are. That's what's launching. The mission of Healing Proper Short Course Academy is to provide practical, low barrier short course education that equips individuals with real world skills and personal growth, workforce readiness, financial stability, income generation through focused application-driven training modules. So we teach everything. We've got medical courses. We got all of the trades. We got solar. We got we got welding. We got plumbing. We got engineering. 1 and 2, we got carpentry. Then we got medical literacy. We got medical missionary. We've got legal literacy. We got auto mechanics 1, 2, and 3. And it on and on. So we got a lot going on there. Eventually, this site that you're on now would be for the consulting and everything else that we do. But we're just showing you some of the classes and cohorts that's on here. So those of you who signed up that are here, don't forget your first day of school is February 22nd for your squeeze courses. I want to show you all that. But another thing I'm going to bring your attention to, the services that we offer, we show people how to save money with businesses. So, we did the pieces on YouTube that are free. Remember, I got one more episode coming, and it's on grants. I was just waiting for some new hardware I ordered to get in here, but it's on grants, and they're all free online right now. Episode 0, which told about the grants and all that stuff. Episode 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are already online. It shows you all the grants over millions and millions of dollars, literally up to $1 billion in grants that go unclaimed. And it shows you businesses that you can start with those grants that people miss, and people say, wait, this ain't true, and they found out it was true. So one of the young ladies we helped just got approved to go ahead for a grant. So what she called, we said, congratulations. But if you go to services that we offer, you'll see a lot of things. So we got, and it's important for you to know, because she went to, first thing she would do, she went to Legal Shield, or Legal Zoom, and they wanted $3,700. Jackie, if you're on here, you can help me out there. And they wanted a lot of money. We was able to save her that $3,700, and the package she got cost her $2,300, saved her over $1,000 something right off the bat, and got it back right away. That's what my wife does. My wife is finance. That's her degree. That's her area that she's in. So we got country living grant consultations. Started at $75 an hour. We got the big ones and more hours, more time, all that stuff. We got where she helps you with 501c3s. So we got something for everybody in business. Naturopathic consulting, business plan development. If you guys want to launch your business, there's a package there for $14.99 that's massive, monstrous. It'll just book it, tells you everything is all about it, that it's all about. Just call us, say, give me some insight on all these things, how you can help me. A grand business structure with grant banks. This is a big, large package to show people, if you want to start a real business, you want to start doing business with the government, we do your business plans, your portfolios, your prospectus, give you the grant banks, the for-profits, the not-for-profits, the micro grants, the major grants, all the ones that's conducive to what it is you're trying to do. We lay out your full prospectus. You get a full 8-syllabus course that you can teach to your board. We teach it for you, because with this, we also work for you for X amount of hours. I think with this one, you get 8 to 10 hours of consulting with that. So anytime you say, Kevin, we need to meet with the board, or whoever your consultant is, you get to meet with the board. We do the presentations for you, all kinds of fun things here. So this is awesome. So we got all kinds of things. And then you got complete 501c3 packages. This package is currently $2,300, but it's not $3,700. But it's even more complete than the one they was offering for $3,700. I couldn't believe they was charging that amount of money. But your EIN, your not-for-profit, the paperwork, your grant, all the stuff line you up for grants, it lays you out for everything you need. Show you how to structure, set up your bank account, how to file everything, how to form a board, give everybody their jobs, their duties, all those roles. Everything you need is done for you. And then you become grant ready. And remember, if you got a package that always that helps you go for the grants, you'll know just where to go. So go over these. Here's trust on file service to help you do your trust, get all your trust set up. That's right there. And get consultation with that. C Corp.
I just want to come at the next time and get some dollars and some quarts.
All right, come on now. Stop all that talking. I'll fight a baby. Okay, so mutual line. So C Corporation, you want to do a C Corp formation, setting everything up, $1,800. I mean, everything, walks you through everything. So your structure is sound, on and on and on and on. So you look at all the stuff that's down here, and then you got your squeeze courses for computers, for programming, for medical missionary. These are for people that's looking to be an instructors with the academy. First class is February 22nd. That's a full 8 hours Sunday. The next class after that is going to be course specific. This one, all the teachers or instructors are set to be there for that full 8 hours. You get a half-hour break, you got an hour lunch, then you get another half-hour break. All the other 6 hours are actually hands-on. So we got a lot of training to do on that day. So guys, be ready for that. As the academy be ready to launch, when the academy is ready to go, your first students that you're going to be teaching will be teachers, will be people that's applying to be teachers. So you guys know who you are already, and we got them in every field. We got them in cybersecurity, we got IT, we got everything there. You guys know everything. Data analytics, IA, flagship course, all these chemistry and biochemistry, all these are our flagship courses. We got a lot of minor courses. We go all the way down to barbershop and grass cutting, and we come all the way up, okay, with medical, all kinds of things there in the medical readiness, the medical field, grant writing, the big grant writing flagship course. We also have a 6-week cohort for grant writing on a minor level, but it's very nice. And then the construction trades, okay, getting everybody set up for this piece with the big engineering and entry level all the way up to the big engineering level and dealing with government contracts. Okay, we even got political science, we got forensic science. So we got a lot of courses in addition to welding, plumbing, electrical, and carpentry and all those things. So Healing Proper Short Course Academy is monstrous. So you're just seeing some of the courses and some of the things that we do. Medical ready. So we got classes like if you want to be a paramedic, we have those classes. Okay, if you want to work in the nursing field, if you want to work in the professional part of the medicine or the medical field, the office staff piece, billing and all that, we have all of that. Paralegal, we have all of that. We got law literacy. So we got a little bit of everything. We have over 93 cohorts of 93 classes. All of our classes are also, all of them are self-paced, so people don't need an instructor. However, we got an instructor side. That's why we're onboarding teachers now, because some people want to be taught by teachers. We take on people as young as 16 to 99. So anybody can be, like, there's a foundation that has a bunch of kids or a church that says, we want these young people to take these courses. There's not a course here they can't take. Okay, we put them right on and take it. For you being teachers, you do not have to have a license or degree to teach these things because we have everything laid out and structured for you. All your guides, all your tests, all your quizzes, all your info, all your PowerPoint presentations, all those fine things. Then you'll get guest speakers depending on what you're teaching, like Bill, like Daniel, like myself, like other people that's in those fields. If you're teaching finance, my wife, that's her area. That's her expertise for years. That's what she does. That's what her degree is in. That's what she does for the state, all those things. So you get people that come in that's in those fields. In our carpentry class, we got a gentleman who's 3rd generation carpentry. Granddad's way back in the day, father, and then himself. So we named a course after him. So we got something for everybody in every field of barbershop, carpet cleaning, maid, janitorial service, ride share, power washing, farming, all the way up to agricultural, and then all the way up through the top to lawyers and doctor like classes that get you. We got medical literacy and legal literacy, and we walk you through the next phase when you're done here. All the classes have economics added to it, which means it shows you the feasible ways to make an income for these without having to take on any other kind of role. You can really work for yourself with these businesses. We show you where to go when it's time to be licensed or certified in each position. Depends on what state you're in, so it's state specific. We're non-accredited, which gives us the availability to do this in a shorter period of time to save you a lot of money, and that's what makes Healing Proper Short Course Academy your next choice for education. Y'all like that commercial I just did? Y'all like that? So
Yeah, I hear you.
just all that, but no, it's awesome. So God really blessed us, and it changed education in such a way that it's awesome. That people don't end up with all that college debt, and then how do I pay the college debt off? And this is structured to help you guys out. So if you have not seen this or don't know anything about this, I believe it's the 15th. We have the last presentation for the onboarding of teachers. And then another month after that, we start advertising for teachers to the public. So that's going to be a whole different scenario. So tune in for that. Go on to the website, therearepeople.org, and RSVP to be in that class, just so it can show you what it's all about. You'll be able to register and get in school on the 22nd of February. So I just wanted to show y'all that. Anything you need for business with consulting to help you set up or get to the country property, how to find property, how to buy cheap, how to use auctions, you can match up with us. We do. This is our for-profit work, y'all. We have a ministry, therearepeople.org. This is our for-profit business. So anything you need for consulting and help, we are here for you. People you need in IT fields, you got people like Daniel, you got people like Bill. We'll be able to match you up with these gentlemen that'll be able to help you. And then on our website, I want to show you guys one more thing that's key, and I don't want you guys to miss this. Therearepeople.org. There's right here on therearepeople.org. This is also on Sunday the 15th. So RSVP, go on to our website. It says join the TAP Match app. TAP stands for There Are People. There Are People Ministry. We got a match app. So if you guys are looking for country property, I see your hands up. I'll get to you in a minute. You guys looking for property, you can go on there, pay $5.99. It's the cheapest online anything anywhere around. It's only less than $6. And join up with all the people that's there. If you got an expertise in business and carpentry, mechanics, all those things, if you can dig wells, if you got property you want to sell, if you got somebody you want to move with, or you got land you want somebody to move with you, this is the app to be on. On the 15th, I'm going to be holding a seminar or holding a piece that's free with everybody that's on the Tap Match app and anybody that's not on that wants to join, to show you how to utilize the app correctly. It's not a dating app. It's not a dating app. Okay, so I want you guys to get on there and be able to share your skills and your expertise and help your brothers and your sisters to be self-sustaining. Okay, with that, before I start taking questions, I just want to thank you, Bill. You're going to help me answer some of these questions that are coming up. And thank you, Daniel, all you guys got going on. If you go down to the carousel down here, this is our carousel. If you click to the left right here, you'll be able to see a lot of the previous videos we did. If you get the video that's Trapped in the City, watch those videos because there's so much here. There's one called Escape the Trap Before It Snaps. It shows you how to buy from wholesalers and below wholesalers. It shows you how to buy tiny homes, smart houses. It shows you how to buy the modular homes and mobile homes right from the manufacturer, and cars and all those kinds of things. So this is something that's outstanding for everybody. So I want you guys to watch the videos, especially on YouTube, like and subscribe. Tell everybody to go to the very bottom of the page and then just go ahead and sign up. If you guys don't have a want to be updated by everything we do, just go ahead and click right here, sign up with the email, and then you'll get the mailing on everything we got. The other piece is go into the store on our website, therearepeople.org, and you're going to see so much. Look at all the things that's free here. $0, $0, $0, $0. I mean, valuable things that are $0. So we are not in this for the money. We in it to help people out. There's a lot of things that you do here. So there's some guides in here that are $4 or $5. This resource guide is awesome. It shows you how to find things. Then there's vetting forms right here, A and B. As you see, these are $4 a piece. One shows you how to vet somebody when you want to have them move onto your property. It shows you how to do an investigation and vet them. The other one, it shows you moving onto somebody's property that you have the right to vet them as well. So you got a vetting A and a vetting B. And there's so many other things that are here for you guys to use. So use the store to download all those things. I think the highest thing in our store is, I want to say $19. Yep, $19.99. And that's a guide for business ideas for generating income. Plus, you get a 20-minute consult with yours truly. So it's $20. You get a 20-minute one-on-one consult, and you also get the guide if you want to start your own business. Our school was generated, Healing Proper Short Course Academy, when it was a third of the way done. It ranked better than any school that existed at a third of the way done because the way it was structured. And then when we got it almost complete, it was way up there. So you're talking about business ideas. That's why we have so many cohorts. We show you how to do that. As a private eye, I was a private eye for businesses, undercover investigator for businesses. I learned how to buy, how to trade, how to maximize the potential. And that's why we're successful by God, and through God, by God's grace. So I show you guys the inside, so you don't have to waste time with it takes 3 to 5 years to make a profit. That's not true. That's not true. It takes being smart and knowing how to buy and save money to make a profit and where to buy from. So when we show you sites like thomasnet.com, you people are used to buying from the retailer. Okay, the retailer buys from the wholesaler buys from a broker or distributor. We show you how to buy from the manufacturer. So there's a whole lot difference in on whether it takes you 3 to 5 years to make some money, or if you can start making money immediately. That's like immediately, but faster, immediately. So I just wanted to show you guys some of those things that we have there. And then with that being that, whatever you guys need, let us know and we can help you out. Okay. That being that, I want to thank you guys again. I want to take some hands real quick for Bill. You guys got to stick around, and Daniel, let's answer some of these questions. Mitzi, I see you first, then I see Daniel, then I see Juanita Daly is here. Mitzi. Mitzi, can you unmute there?
Yeah. I have someone here that wanted to know about the school that you have with the teaching.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you go over it for me, please?
No, we just did it.
They just did it. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, they just did it, and I'm going to bed.
No, you call Mitzi, call me in the morning, and I'll be happy to go over there with her again. It don't cost her nothing. Let her get some sleep,
right.
And call me in the morning. I got you. You covered.
Right. She's not gonna be able to speak in the morning. I don't know. What depends on what time in the morning?
I'm waiting on y'all. I'm gonna go to sleep after I hang up. Right? No, just anytime in the morning is fine. I got you.
Right. Okay.
God bless you. Yeah, I just went over it. That's what we were just doing here. How'd you miss that?
No, she just wanted all to get on board.
Okay, I got it. Tell her we'll take care of it in the morning. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Two things, three things actually. One, somebody posted, if anybody here knows anybody that that can do detective work to help find a son that's been lost for 3 years, my response to that is Luke 19:10, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. Jesus never failed in his missionary work that he came to do. So he came to seek and to save that which was lost. So we can trust in his promises that he will help find that person.
Absolutely.
But nonetheless, but also, somebody's asking in the chat group if anybody knows someone that can help with detective work in helping to find a lost child.
Yeah, well, there's a few. Yes, please get that phone number to me and put that in the chat. We got what state is that?
Dr. E, can you put that in there? Didn't mention it yet, but we'll ask him to put it in. There you go.
State of Texas.
State of Texas. Okay, so we got a brother Ahmad. We got a few people in Texas. So we'll get somebody on that. But yeah, put that information out there. I got a detective friend in New York. I don't have a detective in Texas, but we can find somebody there for sure. Okay. And then, I saw the saddest thing. Before we take the next question, I saw the saddest thing today. Russia went to Africa and got Africans thinking they're finna put them in business in Russia, and they trained them for 3 weeks, and guess what they did with them, y'all? They stuck them in Ukraine, and they said, you have to either escape or die. And that was on the news today. And the lady one mother saw her son there, and they had him as soldiers, and they couldn't leave. Russia took them over there, and this world is ugly. We're getting to the last days, and they got all these young men in Africa, from Africa, trapped in Ukraine and trying to escape. Some of them actually did, but so many of them died, and they showed one with a giant bomb strapped to his belly. Look it up on the news. It was just on there today, yesterday. And Russia did that. Russia took all them people over there for them to die, and they're losing 5,000 people a day. That's beyond belief. Our God is coming very soon. Thank you. Okay.
Two more. Oh,
go ahead. I just saw Mitzi's hands up. You go ahead, Daniel.
Another person mentioned something about AI's taking over jobs with all the jobs losses being lost to AI. Psalm 25, verse 10, all the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies.
Daniel, I'm gonna tell you how close you are to Bill. Bill was the first person, the Bill on there, you and I and him have been going back and forth all day. He was the first person I know that written down had scriptures for everything that he does here with technology. Because all the technology is also covered basically in scripture. It tells you what you can use and not use and what to do and how to do it. It's going to be, and then it's all going to go away. And then Daniel, you came on today without any rehearsal, with us knowing nothing about it, and you got a scripture to match everything you say. Our God is awesome. And wow.
Praise the Lord. And then the third one is, last one, the LaHache family. If you don't mind bringing that up just one last time.
I'm going to do it because we got people here. So let me hear from my brother and my sister. LaHache, are you here? there's a family, everybody. Let me know, Daniel, let me know when he's on the
They
microphone.
were on just a little while ago. Let me see if they're unmuted.
Please.
Yeah,
If
I'm
not,
here.
Hi, my
there we
sister.
go.
God bless you. Tell everybody your name, please.
My name is Maricel LaHache. My husband is William LaHache. He's actually, he actually went to bed.
Okay, how many kids
So
do you have?
I have a total of 5
You have a
kids.
total of 5 kids. And what state are you in?
State of New York.
State of New York. Everybody, every brother and sister that's here that's listening to me on the sound of my voice, God bless you. That's family is in need of help. This is a family of 5, a husband and wife. The husband does work. And you know New York, how the prices are, but they need help and they're asking for us to help them with their family and with their children as best we can. It's got whatever God puts on our heart, whatever that is. And I don't want nobody to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to match this, all those kinds of things. Trust God in all your in everything, and God has something for you. So please, Daniel, make sure they got a point of contact, a number in the chat, and then make sure people know who that is. And everybody copy their numbers down at the chat and ask them, what kind of way can you help this family? Okay. And we already know how good our God is. Go ahead, Daniel.
I was just going to ask if you could just put your phone number in the chat group, and then that way they can contact you.
Yep. Everyone that wants to reach out to this family and help this family in any kind of way, it doesn't have to come through this ministry. It doesn't have to come through me. It doesn't have to come through Lorraine. Lorraine says, look, I'll take that. Use my number. Right. I see you, Lorraine. I'm picking on you. Lorraine said, what do I do? But listen, reach out and support and help this family. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking to do. And Daniel, you make sure that I do have their number, please. But you guys got my cell phone number. Everybody's y'all know my number. Who don't know my number? I think all you guys got my number because I whisper it all the time. So call us. And we got you. Thank you, Daniel, for that so much. Hash family, listen, God has you. God, how do I say your last name again? I don't want to chew your last name up.
It's LaHache. It's
LaHache.
almost like hash browns.
Yeah, look, but see, that's why I keep messing up because of LaHache. You can't limit me because I'm a professional eater. I eat for a living. So you got to give me more hash. LaHache, God bless you. God bless your family. God keep you. We're going to pray for you today. Don't you worry. We got you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Juanita.
Okay. Yeah, quick question, Brother Kevin. You mentioned the TAP app. You were gonna go over that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, when were you doing that?
On the 15th, there's a Tap Match app meeting. If you go on the website, you'll see that. Just come to the meeting. We show everybody how to use the Tap Match app, the benefits. Like Juanita, you got a profession that you do. You'll be able to list your business on the Tap Match app. You guys will be able to communicate. If you guys want to share property with each other, you guys will be able to do all that with the Tap Match app. You guys can help each other. If you know how to put foundations in, if you're a general contractor, electrician, whatever it is, Tap Match app. It's going to be something to help you guys all match up with each other, like-minded people holding things together, matching up with each other. Not a dating app, not a flirting app, not an insulting app to tear each other down. This is something called for by God to help his people. And we foresaw this. My wife would tell you a while ago. Everybody got to say hi to Nibbles. Nibbles just came up. Say hi, Nibbles.
Cute.
She likes to get up here and give me a hard time. What are you giving me a hard time about? She said, I'm taking too long. Okay, Nibbles, you got to go. Oh, now I'll be done in a little while. So God has something for everybody. So the Tap Match app, our team worked for such a long time. Then my wife was so busy on this app. This was her baby, this Tap Match app. So it's making sure we get everything straight. So this is 2.0 because we wanted to make sure it can do everything everybody needed. And the lowest possible price we can put on it is on it, $5.99. Right? So you know it's not for the money. It's allowed that app, that's you all's app for you all to take care of yourselves and help each other, all those kinds of things. Because it was costing us $600 a month, a little over $600 a month, plus labor and all this kinds of fun stuff. And that was getting half off because the guy kept giving us 50% off. So we said we'll redo this app so that everybody can get on it and utilize it for whatever services. And then every time Bill has something, he can add it right to the app. Every time Daniel has something, they can add it right to the app. Every time you need to reach each other, you can reach each other right through the app because it's not limiting you guys from putting your talents and services out there. That's what's going to make it great. That's what we'll be talking about on the 15th. And please take advantage of it because just like all the people that graduate from the academy, they all get listed. If you guys are familiar with something called Angie's List, we do the same thing with everybody that took a course so that when you all need somebody specific, I want that brother, ASDA, I want this sister, I want that family. They went to this academy. Bam, there they are. Their names will be there. That's for free. You don't have to pay for that. We list you right there in that. And then we also advertise that via regular television. That's how we also doing the courses here in April, May, and June. April, May, June, July, August, September, all the way through. when the academy launches. Well, we do the teachers first, then the students, then the onboarding, all those processes. But we do television. I come out of television, so we know how to market very inexpensively and very, very. It's going to be saturated. So if you got a profession and it's in there, people will see it. People will call you. This whole thing is designed for people to be self-sustaining, leave those city jobs, be comfortable in the country with good financial resources. So Healing Proper Short Course Academy blesses you spiritual, physical, and financially by God's grace.
So you said we're RSVPing for that on the 15th?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and register for it. I think it's RSVP, or you just register and show up. You'll see it's on the website.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. How are you? Everything is good?
Yep. Everything's good. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Mitzi, I see your hand is still up. I don't know if you didn't put it down. And then there's Daniel. Okay. Go ahead, Daniel.
Matthew 10:28, you mentioned about the people that are being taken to other countries.
Yes,
We
sir.
started seeing that here with the administration sending people to other countries or threatening to do that.
Yep.
But one thing that we have to remember, do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell.
Absolutely. And look what happened when they took the Hebrew, the shepherd, the shepherds, not the shepherd's boy, but the Hebrew boys. When they took them, what happened? What happened to Daniel? Did Daniel not become the one? Okay. My goodness. So, we don't know what's going on, but we know these things are going to happen. We know these. Look at Joseph. Look at Joseph. Did Joseph not rise? We don't know what God has for us, but we do know that those days are coming here. Those things are going to be happening on this soil. So this program, God says there are people ministry. He gave us the ministry before he gave us the name. And my wife would tell you, when he gave me the name, I was so elated. I jumped out of the shower. I just got in. He gave it to me. He got me the name. Says there are people. And nobody would have picked that I know of, because there are people. What does that mean? He says there are people in need and a God that can help. And sure enough, one day my wife and I, we got a rebate back from Menards, which is a big box store. Because we're way up in the North Woods, everybody. We're 1 hour from top of the country. And we were at a Walmart that we had went in there for the first time because it was so far away. We had to go over to the big box store to get our rebate, use that rebate. And we're in that Walmart, and a lady came right up to me. And I mean, we way up north. She says, there are people? I'm like, yeah. and it just shocked me because the ministry is moving. And then we got recognized in a Walmart. So God has something for his people. So I'm thanking God for you all, so that we can all help each other, like we're going to help the LaHache family. Like we're going to help each other. And Bill and Daniel, and God just meshed them together just like that. And they've never even met. I don't think you guys even heard of each other before.
No.
What a blessing.
That is correct.
Awesome. So thank you all for that. Anybody, Bill, you got anything? And then Daniel, you got anything before we close up and pray?
I want to thank you and everybody for coming online, and even prayers help. Lord is he can do anything, but even prayers will take prayers.
Yep, he can do anything but fail. He can do anything but fail. My brother Bill, and thank your wife as well. Go ahead.
Daniel, I put my telephone number in the thing. You can call me anytime. I like somebody to always look over some of the stuff to make it more simpler, but I plan to make it simpler. That's one. Number two, on a cybersecurity note, do not turn in your cell phones. Your cell phone is a recorder. It records everything you do, everywhere you went, every call you make, every picture you took in. So when you turn that dead phone in because it doesn't work, they can still extract the data from the cell phone. They're gonna extract everything out.
I tell people that all the time. If it's not really your phone, but once you're done with it, don't give it to them. Save it or throw it away or burn it up. I'm telling you, it has everything there. Everything said in your house.
90% of all cyber breaches come from cell phones because people have a lot of information on them, documents, everything. When you trade your phone in for a new one, that old phone has so much information about you.
And they pull it all out.
And they can pull it off the phone.
Thank you so much.
They're going to get before. I do a lot of cell phone data extractions for various agencies, and I'm not going to go on what they are, but I would tell you those phones are not safe once they leave your hands.
That's right.
Turning in your cell phone to get a new one is not a wise thing to do.
I tell you, I give everybody $5 for your old cell phone right now. God bless you. I saw Opal, then I saw Chris Brisk. Oprah, get that hand back up there. I saw you. Oprah also is what I like about Oprah, what she's key for is first line of security, and that's dogs. Oprah is a professional dog trainer. Okay, so you guys, when you get your country property, or if you already have a country property, talk to our sister Opal. Get those dogs, purchase those dogs from her. Good prices, and she has trained dogs because you need at least 2 to 3 to 4. Where we are, we're getting 4 because I know where we are. We're in the North Woods with woods attached to our property, and we have children. So we want dogs, and then we got the place for the dogs is kind of center of the house so they can see the side, the front, and the other and the back, and they're on alert. So we want to do that. So my sister Oprah, are you there? Still there?
Yeah, someone answered my question. I just wanted to know what time on the 15th.
Yep, it's all there on the website for the 15th. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute, you all. Okay. My wife said that went out to only people that was registered on the Tap Match app, but she is going to go ahead and send it out and put it on so you guys can see that. That way you guys will know about the app and can get registered. Okay. So if you're not registered with the Tap Match app, go on there and get it done. But she's going to post that out so everybody will know to be there on the 15th. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Opal. Opal got the dogs. Opal, put your number in the chat. Opal's Paws. Opal's Paws. PAWZ, I believe it is. Okay. And she's a dog trainer. She got some great dogs, everybody. Chris Briss.
Last thing, I think one of the most important thing I've heard this evening is the turning in of the old cell phone. I think that was so vital because of how much information is left on your phone. Sure. And I normally never turn in my old cell phone, and normally I try to buy my phone outright so that it's not attached to any particular company. My iPhone, I didn't do that, and that's because I was following a friend, but God be the glory. But turning in your old cell phone, I have several cell phones that just laying around, and my niece would always ask me, why you got so much cell phone? And I just don't see the need to turn it in. But it makes me understand why they give you so much money for your old cell phone, because it's not the phone they want.
It's the data.
It's the information.
Well, not only that, Chris, real quick, who would buy a phone every year? And do you know people do that and they're not even thinking? Why do I have to buy a phone? Didn't I just give you $1,000 last year? They want your old phone. They want up-to-date information. I used to tell people this. I told people this. I've been doing computers for a long time. And Bill will tell you this, when the screen on the when the writing on the screen was green, monochrome monitors were used to burn the words into the screen. 74 Foxtrot is what it was called in the Army in the early 80s, in the late 80s. And technology has simply changed so much. They want your information. Your phones don't go bad. You just bought the iPhone, but yeah, here comes the iPhone 37. And people, I got to get the latest iPhone. Oh, you dummy. No, that's not a good thing. They want you, why would you spend $2,000? Now iPhones are $2,000. Why, first of all? And then why would another one come out, you run right and get it? You're not even thinking. They want your information. You have no privacy. And I used to tell people this about Facebook. I said, leave Facebook alone. That's before it became federal. I told them Facebook was going to get you in trouble. And sure enough, guys went on there showing their drugs and their drug stash and all the things they had. Another guy come on and do the same thing. Within 48 minutes, they were raided because your metadata is there. It shows exactly where you are. And then other people, we're at the airport, we're going to blah, blah, blah on Facebook. And in 30 minutes, your house is robbed. So, and then it became federal because they saw the person giving the baby booze, giving the baby the alcohol or smoking marijuana or cigarettes and blow it in the baby. They got arrested immediately. Yeah. Facebook was federalized years ago before they even told anybody because it was too big to just let it stand alone. It was federalized. And when you make those mistakes and all that, your location is key. So your phone, your Facebook, your computer, everything tells where you are in a heartbeat. Okay. Even when you're in your car and you're driving down the highway, all of a sudden you get pulled over. What did I do, officer? Nothing. Just we read your license plate. We got a warrant out for you. License plate readers are all over the highway and they're equipped in every car. They know every house you stopped at and how long you were there. So we are eventually going to have to just simply do what the Bible says. Walk away. Trust God that the ravens, your bread and water shall be sure.
You know, the book I wrote about the smart city when I was doing the research, I was blown away, and I had to stop writing and just walk and say, God have mercy on us. Because even if the street looks clean, you don't see any cops out there. You are being monitored every turn you make, every camera that you see, every speed that you speed. When you think you run the light and you got away, you are not getting away with
You ain't get away.
anything.
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time. They know every move you make. The cameras are so sharp that they could see a pin on the ground. From the time you open your door to go into the grocery store, you are
Chris,
being monitored.
Let me tell you this. I told people in 1981 about keyhole satellite. They can see the date on the dime for outer space. The way they caught the gentleman in Idaho and Washington, and he lived in Washington State. He did the Idaho murders. He turned his phone off. But process of elimination is they eliminate everything that don't belong in the area. And they got teams of millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people. And my brother Bill will tell you that's all they do. They work on phone data. They work on this. They work on that. They eliminate this, that, and the other. This didn't belong in that area. This don't belong there. Even if you get a throwaway phone, it still shows where that phone came from. There's a camera that shows you coming up the block somewhere, and they just do process of elimination. And they get you.
Let me say this last thing. I have a friend that works. He does the smoke alarm system, right? And they had to be vetted to go into this one building. They didn't know what the building was that they were going into, but they had to be vetted. And he said when they walked in the building, there was cameras, screens everywhere they turned, and there are people sitting there monitoring the whole city on all of these cameras. And they are looking like, whoa, they go to do a job, but now they are so amazed and captivated that they can't believe that they are being monitored in such a high profile area.
That's what the Ring cameras do, brother. There's people in the room sitting around monitoring every Ring camera. Everything is like that. Let me pray. Right. Let's pray. Everybody, everything is like that. So we know what time we're in. God told us the beginning, told us the end from the beginning. So we are peculiar people. I'm telling you, we're peculiar people. We know these things. And if we get caught up and sealed out, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. So we have to give an account of that. That being said, let us pray and let us keep
if I can get this X off, then I can
Who got an X on?
If you can get the X off.
I hear you. Where you at? Let me mute you so you can get your X back on. Get your X on. All right. So remember the LaHache family in your prayers, please. And let's be a blessing for the LaHache family. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, God in heaven, we just thank you for who you are in our life. Lord, we thank you for new goodness, new grace, and new mercy. Lord, forgive us our sins and our transgressions. God, we thank you for how this night, God, you brought family together, God, to share. God, you brought us together on one accord. We thank you for showing us, God, the end from the beginning. We thank you for all you do for us. Lord, bless those in need. Bless those, God, who are sick, who are shut in, grieving, who are hungry, who are in despair. God, keep them covered under your blood until we meet again. God, we just thank you, thank you, even for those who can't mute themselves. God, while we are praying, God, that they be blessed, that they be touched by you with everything you do. We send these prayers up to you, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in the most holy place of the heavenly sanctuary. Keep us covered till we meet again. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys for attending. I won't keep you on. I just wanted to thank everybody. Next week, we're going to come, Bill, you and Daniel match up, and then we all going to hook together. We're going to come with some demonstrations and some presentations on next week, give you guys a little bit more insight. I'm working on a project that's going to turn into something big for everybody soon. I'll let you know about that, about, taking care of yourself financially is going to help you out. It's going to show you things that you can do on your own that you never thought you can do. My brother called me on it today. Matter of fact, Chris Briss. Chris Briss called me on it, and it was about leveraging yourself. I said, Chris, you telling me about something I got here. I've been working on it all day. When God confirms things, and it's super awesome. So we're just gonna bless you. I want you guys to be encouraged by that. And be good to go there. So with that being that, God bless you. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay, let's see here.
I'm here. Come on here. You want
All right, we found the
talking in the face.
Yeah, we had to mute. All right, somebody's still talking here. Keep yourself muted, please. Don't let the kids play with the computer if you can. So we don't want to get on you. We'll fight you. We'll send somebody to Bill. You got to get her phone. You got to track her number. We got to get somebody to her house real quick. We get Daniel to go by there. Okay. So so God bless you. I see 2 more hands real quick, but other than that, we're dismissed. Let me answer these other 2 hands that's here, and then I won't keep you guys. Somebody's up there also look like they're somebody's still trying to get in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Outstanding. Somebody's still trying to get in. I see hands up. I see the LaHache family, and then I see Opal. Come on, LaHache. Thank you. LaHache.
I just wanted to see where I wanted to ask everyone if they could keep my 2 boys in prayer. They're level 3 autistic. They're nonverbal, but I'm praying to God that this is the year that they will start speaking.
Yes, ma'am. My sister, how old are your 2 boys?
Amen.
My 2 boys are they're turning 5 and 4.
5 and 4. We're gonna Lord, just bless them right now, God, that you touch them, God.
Amen.
God, you
Amen.
made man in your own image, God. You designed this, not doctor, not man, not man. This, God, is by your glory, God, not by our goodness or even anything that we've done, God, by your glory, God, that they be healed, God, that by your will that they be healed. You said, knock, ask, and seek. And God, we just asking for miraculous healing. We asking for miracles in the life of those 2 little men, those 2 little boys, God, so that they grow up to speak and worship you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
It's something.
Oh.
Amen.
We're going to see things in these days, and you guys got to be ready for it. And don't go panicking. Do your investigations and your due diligence and see where that healing came from. God told you there are going to be miracles. There's going to be things happening. Go ahead, Sister Opal.
Yes, if CNC give me a call, I saw your message, but I don't have your number.
CNC, give Opal a call. Opal's got paws. She's got the dogs for dog training. She's got trained dogs for you guys. Big ones, little ones, small ones, tall ones, professional eater dogs. You got any robot dogs that don't eat a lot of food? I don't need the competition. But no, God bless you. Y'all support each other right there, okay? Thank you, Bill. Ask Cheryl what she eating. I saw her chewing. Good night, everybody. Margarita, I see you.
Some pound cake.
There you go. There you go. Send a couple pounds over this way. Bill, anything you need? Anything you need before we go? Everybody else good? You can unmute and say good night. Lorraine, I see you.
Have a good night.
Matthew. Hey,
Nice
Matthew.
meeting you, talking with you, Bill.
night.
Kevin.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Bless you
Sister Rita, they
all.
said hi,
Bye.
Sister Rita. God bless you. My
God
wife says
bless.
hello, everybody.
Hi, wifey.
Hi, Sis Rita.
There you go. Matthew, get that little handsome chin off of there. We got a limit to how many handsome guys can be on at one time. I told Bill that already.
You're very funny, bro.
We're over the limit, Matthew. We're over the limit. God bless you all. We see you guys Sabbath service, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock Sabbath service. Please tune in. We got you. Sabbath service during our 1 o'clock service. Okay? Come on. God bless you. God bless you. All right. Good night, everybody. I'm going to let you go.
Where's Sister Opal located?
I'm in Georgia, Atlanta.
Amen. All right.
The dogs can be shipped. Dogs can be shipped. If you pay extra, you can get it driven to you, or you can drive down and pick them up. Or you can go to the airport and pick them up. Think about it. Think about it. Get them doggies. All right. I see another hand. I think I see Mitzi.
Yeah. I was wondering if the dogs would be trained to live outside and eat regular food, and feed them buy expensive dog food would be too much. They're not trained to eat regular to be vegetarian and stuff.
You can make them vegan. You can make them vegan. They're gonna eat what you put in their bowl.
Yeah, but they're gonna eat what you train them to eat.
Well, okay, but they're gonna change their diet if they're your dog. If they see nothing in them bellies growling, they're gonna eat what you put in that bowl. You know, I remember one thing. This is what I remember from the 70s. I'm telling my age. I remember from the 70s when food first surged tremendously, where people could not afford food. It was really hurting people because they were on fixed incomes, and people went to the store and started eating cat. It's a sad thing. They started eating cat food and dog food because it was 25 cents a can. I remember that, and it's a sad thing.
Cat food and dog food expensive. So.
No, I know it is now because we got a cat and Nibbles gets busy. Fortunately, I get 10 cans for $6, so I'm in good shape there. Then I get it a big bag. But
I believe dogs and cats should practice living vegetarian life because And they ain't gonna be able to expect when they eat those type of food, you have to keep them at the vet because they're gonna be sick and they come down with heart condition and all kind of stuff.
You can change their diet. We had another couple on. We had another guy on. Their dogs were all vegan. You can change their diet. You can. Their dogs were all vegan. Okay, there's a gentleman comes on with his dog in the garden. His dog eat every vegetable: cauliflower, cucumber, carrots, broccoli. The dog is vegan. So you can change their diet. Yep, you can.
Okay.
Opal got you. She gonna take care of you. God bless you all. All right, everybody. Good night. I gotta get out of here. See you all Sabbath, and then next Thursday we got a lot coming up. Bye now.